Ooh, that question mark. That question mark's so enticing. It's an enigma. You know who it is. It's Tom McKay coming up. And how the hell did he get his video working? He's a gamer, folks. That's exactly what it is, man. Welcome to the Wagner Wire. It is time for 2 hours of fantasy talk, movie talk, hockey talk, football talk, any kind of talk you want to do. You just bring it here, man. We also got a segment with Tom McKay called No Pucks Given. That's where we just break down all the ice. We're going to melt down all your talk for you. But also, we got some Christmas talk. It's the season for, or it's the reason for the season, like they say, right? We're going to talk some Christmas, top 5 Christmas movies or holiday movies, whichever you want to pick. But also what we're going to be doing around Christmas holidays as well. Had a great day yesterday, man. We're going to have some fun. It's the Wagner Wire, man. For 2 hours, we got you covered until kickoff, baby. We had some NFL yesterday as well. How about that, man? Tom, what's going on? Welcome to the show, my guy.
Thank you. Welcome to you. It's nice to see you too. I actually didn't know I was going to get a video.
So what the hell happened? Like, what'd you do? Did you just flick it or something?
The camera?
Yeah. How the hell did you get it to turn on? So, all right.
I actually started cussing, said I'm so freaking ugly, it won't let me on.
Know.
And then it just came on.
We were working on Tom's video for probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Trying to see what the hell was going on. We could hear him, we just couldn't see him. I don't know if the internet was already trying to censor Tom because we know he's just so raw, right? But anyways, man, we couldn't see the guy, and then all of a sudden, we were sweating it out a little bit, like, what the hell are we gonna do? And then boom, voila, which is French for we fixed it. It just happened.
It happens a lot in life. You just do something until it works.
Not exactly. That I couldn't say it any better, Tom. What's up, Smash? How are you, brother? You doing well?
Bro, it is good to see you. Good to see Tom, man. Glad that the camera started working. I had the same issue coming on. I couldn't get it to go. Just had to reset, man. And that did the trick.
So, Tom, that's all you did? You just did a reset?
Dude, I stop. You think I'm going to have a clue what the hell I did? It's 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I've almost finished my entire day already. And this was the end. And I'm like, oh, come on. Nothing's going to work at the end of the day?
Oh, man, that is always the worst. Just when you thought you had everything going smooth, and bam, right at the end.
Tom does his work at night. Tom makes the money at night, man. Tom usually gets up around 3 a.m. or whatever. If he does, if he even goes to bed, man.
Wags, what's that song, bro? There's like an 80s song about that, right? About making money at night.
Making money at night? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember, man. I can't remember. We're gonna have some fun today.
I gotta stay up late because I try to record all that. Like last night, I had my daughter and my wife were actually at the Bruins game. So after I watched the Texas Stars, then the Dallas Stars games, then I had to watch the Bruins game. So
okay, you had a full day.
They're up in Boston.
Yeah, well, no, she's flying back right now. She went out there to see the game against the Rangers with the kid.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, well, I thought you were gonna meet them up there or something because usually you guys go to New York.
Kid's coming home. Kid's last exam is tomorrow, so she's coming home tomorrow night at midnight.
Right on, man. Right, happy to have the family home. Then you guys.
Yeah,
you guys go to New York. I know that, man.
Obnoxious crap in the city of Austin.
Gotta love it, dude. Gotta love it. How's your guys' weekend going so far, man? Everybody having a great time?
Hell yeah, man. Nothing but high school football finals. Finally, the season wrapped up, man. Saw some great games yesterday. The South Oak Click, Port Neches Grove game. Probably one of the best high school football games I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many games Craig called because it feels like every highlight I saw from a different game, I heard Craig's voice. So
he had 2 yesterday. He had both 6A games. And the last 6A game, DeSoto put up 74 points.
That's crazy.
74.
Yeah.
How did the other defense get to the championship game?
I have no clue. Can you imagine how bad you have to feel, coaches, kids, to get to the final and you think it's going to be a close game and then to get walloped like 74-14?
70 points in the fucking.
And this is the big classification. This is 6A. So, the best of the best. And it's all like, that was the opponent.
Right, exactly. That's what Tom was alluding to, right? You're like, you get to your damn championship, and my God, you just get fucking boat raced there by 70 points, dude. Unreal, dude.
Yeah. So I'm guessing nobody watched any college football yesterday because there were bowl games on.
There were some bowl games, man. We got started.
I saw part of the Texas Tech game.
I saw that was going on.
What's that?
I saw the Texas Tech.
Yeah, right on.
It came Texas Tech, the bowl game against Cal.
Oh no, that wasn't Texas Tech. That was I was talking about Smashers basketball. I was talking about Texas Tech and basketball.
Gotcha.
Oh, I was talking about football too.
Yeah, Texas Tech Cal bowl game was yesterday.
Right.
And that was just god awful. You could watch about 20 minutes of it and go, okay, this is why you're both 6-6.
Yeah, like do you guys even care about like these multiple college bowl games? Is this something that you
because
watch?
It's football. You know what I mean? Like I'm
When
gonna
you
watch
have so
football
many
regardless.
screens, when you have so many screens on, you got to turn something on.
Right, it's got to be on. And I know, like maybe Tom's the same way I am. Usually, I have even if I'm not paying attention to football or to the game, so to speak, I'll just have it on in the background just so I can have something on, just to wash out all the other shit or all the other distractions so I can get some work done and stuff.
I get where you're getting at there too, man. I guess I do the same thing, but I have like this monitor, that monitor, another one going on at the same time. So yeah, you're right.
I love your little Christmas soiree you got going on there.
He's got some good shit going on there.
I know, right? He's got a lot of great stuff going on.
I don't see a stocking name on. I don't see a name on any of those stockings though.
Nah, we celebrate Festivus in this house.
Is Santa coming to see you though? Festivus for the rest of it?
The rest of us? Yeah, man. That's always been one of my favorite holiday episodes, man. Seriously, of anything. I just thought that was so brilliantly done.
We did have some NFL football yesterday though. We had 3 games on the slate. Very, very surprising action. I didn't think there was going to be that much action. But how about the Vikings letting that one slip away, man? I mean, my God, T. Higgins coming off with one hell of a performance, man.
The best catch of the season?
I was gonna ask you that. Is
it? You don't think so? Man, that was one of the best catches I have seen since 1-3.
It was one hell of a catch, but I mean, is the extension part of the catch? The extension's the move, right? Like now I know I'm getting geeky technical and shit here, but I mean, like the catch was great. He made it and tiptoed the sideline, but also it was the hip thrust type of move where he was able to be like planted like glue and just reach over. It was almost like ha.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he doesn't score, it doesn't accentuate the fact that it was a great catch. But because he scores,
100%. No, okay, you're one. All right, so I agree with you. Yeah, okay. So it's everything encompassed in the catch, right? Or I guess in the actual play itself that goes down into the catch.
Let's put our Olympic hats on here, where we're the judges, right? And it's like, okay, so he caught the ball, which is Article 1 of how we judge this, but then
Article 1.3.
I just did swimming for the first time. I didn't realize it got this complicated when it came to diving.
Are you serious? You had to call a swim meet?
Yeah, swim meet and diving, man. And it's like dives. It's like I don't.
Let me ask. I got so many questions. So many questions. You called a swim meet indoors, right? Like co-ed.
Yeah. Men and women,
you didn't hit on any college chicks of age, obviously.
I try to keep it professional when I'm actually at work.
That's my guy, man. That's why you are a professional. That's why you work so many good
coaches. On the
games,
other
man.
hand, if they're cute and they ask you to go for a drink afterwards and discuss the finer points of the sport, I say yes.
Right on, man.
What college swim meets getting broadcast? I'm just curious.
Oh, I mean, I think it's really for the parents. I mean, this is just Division III, honestly.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
But so are you doing PA or are you actually just are you doing broadcast?
Like what we're doing right now, but just the play-by-play. Gotcha. So it was like, in lane 1, Diego Lopez, in lane 2 from blah blah blah. You just go down the line. It's like watching NASCAR, but with humans.
It's like watching the Olympics.
Like watching NASCAR in water with no clothes on. It's awesome.
And no turns or whatever, just kicks.
Oh, man.
We do got to welcome everybody to the show. We didn't give off we were so excited to just get the camera working for Tom. We didn't give everybody a proper introduction or whatnot. Welcome to the Wagner Wire. You do hear us from 10 to 12 every Sunday on Texas Sports Unfiltered, sponsored by Audiovisual Consultations, coincidentally. Myself and Smash break down all your local and national news and also give you all the fantasy sports and highlights you need for NFL kickoff to get that green in your pocket. Fantasy championships are coming up. We actually got the playoffs inbound right now. So hopefully you guys are, making your way through it and getting through all the aggression and whatnot, because we had some Saturday football that we'll break down in just a few minutes, man. Want to remind everybody to hit us up on that CODA text line, which I got to remove myself real quick so I can see.
Oh,
hold on one second. Hold on. It is 512-222-9328. Sorry, Tom. I had to see the line real quick.
That's
cool.
Removing me visually doesn't hurt anybody.
No, it's cool. But anyways, that's usually how I don't want to remove anybody, man. I just couldn't see the screen. I gotta get a better layout for it. So
I'm just curious. It's like, what else can you do with this?
But anyways, man, that's what you can hit us up on the Dakota text line as well, and then also
get like
hit us
8
up
people
on
on
this.
there and see what we can do.
Also hit us up on this damn chat channel here on YouTube, guys. We already got some people firing off. Watched Luca and then watched about 5 minutes of the Tech Bowl game. That was about it. That's about all I could take. Yeah, that's what DJ Dog said, or DJ Dodger. What the hell is that? DJ Doggy.
DJ Doggy. Gonna get you some contacts, bro. That's
so,
what you need for Christmas.
I tried to put these on, man.
I know the glare.
And I got the glare. You see the glare? Yeah. I can't do it. I can see.
You gotta put on a cap. It kills the glare.
I don't have my hat around, man. Usually I got a Last Stand hat around here somewhere, man, but I don't have it.
We just need to get you a cowboy hat.
I just need to get contacts, man.
No.
I don't look good in the cowboy hat, man. I honestly, I don't think I look that good in a hat, period, man. Like Tom rocks a hat all the time, man.
I'm just covering the real glare. There's the gray, baby.
See, I don't think I've seen Tom without a hat.
Covering the platinum. That's me.
Silver Fox, man. That's what I'm hoping to achieve.
That is what he is, dude. You should see this dude when he's all about, man. Silver Fox all over the place, man. Just they I don't know what they do. I don't know how he does it, but they wheel around the finger, man. That's for sure. I don't get it, man. Hopefully I got it like that when I get a little bit older too, man.
Hey,
but
man,
anyways, let's get back into it, man. Yeah, we had some football last night, guys. What was your biggest, or not just last night, but what was your biggest surprise from the Saturday games? I mean, first, I guess we got to break down the Thursday game, right? Raiders 63-21 after the skunk they put out last week. What the hell happened there?
It cost the guy a job. We found out real quick. And I mean, they were already banged up this season. Don't get me wrong and stuff, and the Chargers, but they definitely underperformed from where they were supposed to be this year.
The biggest disappointment of the year, the Chargers, right?
No,
that or the Jets.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, but the Jets were known because the Jets had, with the injury of Aaron Rodgers, I would say that the Jets kind of they get a little bit of a pass, right? But I mean, they talked a lot of shit, but it's because they had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always good to see the Jets be the Jets, right? But what about Minnesota? Were they disappointing? Did you have high expectations for them, or is it the same deal?
I don't think Minnesota was disappointing. I thought Minnesota was kind of surprising once Kirk Cousins was playing so phenomenal. And then they,
without JJ,
so much injury with JJ, and then Kirk Cousins going down. That's your two, top performers for your offense there. And then in steps Dobbs, and they start having a little bit of success. And now they trickle back. They regress a little bit. They got to go to Mullins, and I don't really know if I can put them on a disappointment, man. They just had so much. I guess animosity, just throughout their campaign so far. I don't think I can give them the disappointment slide. Like to me, I think it's got to be, probably. I'd say Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's also in that boat of injury too. So
if you lose your starting quarterback, you have to be excused from this comment.
I agree. I kind of agree. You gotta. I
mean, the NFL puts all their money into their top quarterback. You lose him, you're screwed because your salary cap's all based off of him.
100. I would say the Chargers. Chargers are the biggest disappointment for me.
Biggest disappointment is the Panthers. You wasted a first pick because he is not what you thought he was. No, he's not.
Yeah. I didn't think that Young was going to be the dude. Hell, I kept calling him Bryce Love for half a campaign.
But you guys don't think that a lot of that has to do with that porous offensive line that he has in front of him? Kind of like
it has something, but 1-8 does. I mean, when you're as bad as them, 1-12, you're not
right.
It's not just offensive. You at some point, if you're the number one pick, have to do something to win 2 games.
Yeah,
that's mine.
The Texans line. The
Texans are kicking butt compared to that, and CJ Stroud was the one people were saying might not be the best choice and blah, 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 blah. And Bryce Young's the automatic first. And Texans were smart. I think they got the better of the two. Is Bryce Young a total flop? No, but I think he's a total disappointment for his first year, because if you're going to be thrown into it's kind of all Alabama quarterbacks for quite some time are
except
not
Jalen
quite
Hurts.
as good
Right?
as everybody
Somehow
thinks
Jalen
they are.
Hurts is an
Because
anomaly.
if people don't believe that Saban has a system that works, they're kind of blind after all these years. I mean, Saban could put just about anybody in any position and make them better than they look on any other team.
No, I agree with that.
I can't argue that at all.
His quarterbacks keep getting picked at the top because they win everything in the college.
Right.
But problem is that's like if you had a no salary cap in football and you just said, hey, let's just pay for the best team we can get. Guess what? Every quarterback's going to freaking look good.
That's where I was going to get at. His system seems to be.
I mean, I can make Mac Jones look good if you give me an unlimited budget.
Exactly. Like, let me try to get all the best talent around this guy who's pretty mediocre at best, but he won't mess up too bad, and he'll listen to me. So then we're good.
Is the Patriots that bad, or is it like the Bill O'Brien debacle to where Bill O'Brien's just making Mac Jones look?
Patriots are in a rebuild. They're in a complete rebuild, and they're not admitting it. That's all.
Right. Yeah, and they've been putting it off for a long time.
For a long time, exactly.
Belichick wanted to go out on top, so now that he can't, he'll probably leave and go. He'll probably go somewhere else just so he can get a win and then leave.
Yeah, I don't see him quitting, but I do see him leaving. I mean, okay. and that whole team is just pretty bad. It's just not Jones, but he hasn't been great at all either. I would have started Zappy weeks ago.
Bailey Zappy. Yeah, and then the one thing too is like you can't just keep you can't keep giving the quarterback the hook, right? You got to actually make one and have a decisive decision. I think they waited. I'm with you, Smash. They waited way too long to pull the hook on Mac Jones here. I would have given him the seat probably 3 weeks ago, man. It was and to be fair, it was over in week 7, honestly, for Mac Jones. It was just done. But I mean, you still had to see with what you got. I mean, he was your number 1 draft pick, like Tom said. You got to validate the money somehow. And if you can't win ball games, man, you got to move on from it, right? Yeah. Carolina, to go back to that, Carolina's going to be in that position here soon, right? They got rid of Frank Reich already this year. Mm-hmm. Hell, he only lasted 9 weeks. Insert somebody else, insert your interim coach and try and galvanize and rally around him. I don't think that's the best case scenario for a young rookie quarterback like Young. Now what? You got to give him a pass for maybe a year and a half now and saying, oh, well, we had to right the ship. It's the same situation that you're getting in New York. Oh, we didn't give Daniel Jones enough support. Bullshit. You gave him plenty of support. He's just not a winner. Right, tons of money, 160 million, man. And then to what Tom was talking about, you got to build around him and give support. You also got to win. You also have to win, man. And quarterbacks right now they seem like they're pretty middle of the road. There's not that much dominant quarterback in the NFL right now, man. Or at least that's just my take. I'm not trying to be like the next Tom Brady and say, oh, it's mediocrity or whatever. But damn, it's not the best quarterback. You can't lie to the eye in the sky, man.
But isn't it crazy that all the rules are like tailored for the offense
100 to make them better? 100.
Yeah, and these quarterbacks who look amazing in college still look mediocre in the NFL at best.
I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it, man. And maybe I don't know. I go back to this take all the time where Bill Belichick and Nick Saban say that you can't undo bad coaching. Like you can have a really great talent right there, but if you have bad coaching, you're just giving him bad information. They're or her, they're going to falter. They will not be at the peak of their game. I think that's what you're seeing in a lot of the NFL right now. I think you got some bad offense coordinators, you got some bad quarterback coaches, and it's showing on the field. Well, I'm not blaming. Hold on. Let me creep on that. I'm not saying that. What?
You're creeping. I'm letting you creep. I'm letting you creep.
Right. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Go ahead, creep on it.
I just want to say, like, I don't think it's all on the offense coordinators and coaches. Like, clearly, it's about production on the field and about execution. But I think they both go hand in hand.
How does Kellen Moore still have a job?
I have no fucking.
I mean, the head coach got fired, but I mean that offense has been atrocious under Kellen Moore, and it wasn't very good with the Cowboys either last year. So I'm just kind of like, man, how's that guy have a job still?
If you go, this one has amazed me for years, and I've always asked this question to people. Nobody can answer it with NHL, NFL, any of them, MLB. Look at all the coaches who are in their second, third, fourth, whatever term at a different team than where they started. Look at their records. None of them are champions, the ones who moved around. Why are they moving them around and not just hiring some new talent ever? They just keep giving these guys jobs, and these are not cheap jobs. These are not inexpensive positions for the ownership group. So I've never understood how it's when you see somebody who has a lot of money and all you can think is, how can you be so dumb? And that's one that astounds you because, you have a conversation with somebody for 5 minutes. You can tell if they're really bright.
Right.
And it's astounding to me that these ownership groups, and especially when there's a primary owner in an NFL team, and they hire these guys, and dude, he's never won. Why do you think he's going to suddenly win for you? And the teams give up on him. I mean, there's one coach that's got a losing record that I could see hiring somewhere else, and that's Tomlinson.
Is that ego? You think is that the ego from the owners thinking, well, I got the toys, I got the money. Maybe if I give this guy the right supplies and the right support, that we can fix this thing or we can make it happen.
It's whoever I'd like to know. They never tell you who the agent for the coaches is. I'd like to know.
Forget all about
if it's one primary agent for all these coaches, or if they've got everyone has a different agent. It's just interesting to me. They just move around and jump around and they suck, but they keep getting jobs.
I don't even take that into consideration, like the coaches having an agent. For time to time, I forget that.
That's who gets these contracts for them. They don't do it.
Right. No, for sure. But like I said, I forget that coaches get traded though, or can get traded.
Well, even when they get hired, they're getting a contract, which means they're agent. In sports, it's an agent.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I guess I don't have the coach on my radar because it's all just player based for me. Anyways, I don't know.
I'm going to do an advertisement for it because I just had to adjust it.
Go ahead.
Relax. The back.
That's nice, man. There you go. We got the relax the back chair there, man.
Oh, my gosh. It makes old people feel young again.
Got really good lumbar support. When did you get one of those things?
I've had it since Bucky started advertising them years ago. No, if I could show you, you can't quite see it, but right there, because this is actually my office, media room, an exercise room, all in one huge long room. And I'm in the middle. Right over here, there's a relaxed back theater chair where I watch the big screen, which I'm watching right now too. So, yeah.
So wait, are you on the floor that has the arcade machines? Are you on the floor that has the arcade, or is that?
Yeah.
I mean, you got
the arcade, one patio, and this. That's it.
Okay, right on. I was gonna say because I know you got one floor when you come up on the elevator or whatnot. You come out of the elevator and you see the damn arcade machines right there, and I'm like, what the hell are we going into, man? We got an arcade unit, dude. you think this is a cool setup?
The fourth floor domain.
What's that?
It's the fourth floor domain. That's what
it's all about right there.
It's the hidden away passage.
I thought it was just the bat cave, man. I was like, that's what it's starting to sound like there.
It's where I spend most of my life,
layout, man. You got to see what the
Bruce is on the text line I just saw pop up there. And yes, go Texas today in volleyball. I'm going to give them that one.
That's right.
National championship game to do it at 2:00 today, again for UT. I'm not the biggest UT backer in the history of mankind, but those girls deserve some love. You
got that Coda text line pulled up?
I have, yes.
Right on. That's what good job. We're gonna designate some assignments here. You read the Coda text line and I'll read the YouTube line here, okay? We got that down?
Well, we can, but I'd like to know who Tommy Salami is. What the hell is that?
I don't know, man.
I think we know.
When you see some of these names, Tom, I don't know if you've ever had back. I don't know if you've had permission back.
Good old Tommy Salami, it says.
And when do you get some of the questions? When do you read some of the questions they'll ask you too? Like, hey, can they lick your toenails and stuff like that? Man, it gets real. It gets real. We got some real fans, man. Some of the stuff you can't read. You just got to make sure that you got. Actually, you can.
I mean, you can.
It's unfiltered.
Right?
It's unfiltered. It's unfiltered for a reason.
Yeah, I've I've never been too concealed on what I'm thinking or what I'm doing, so I don't care what they say. It's all
Yeah,
good.
that is absolutely for sure, man.
I'm an
All right,
open book. It's all good.
we talked about Thursday night football here. Let's break down some of the Saturday games that we had, and then we'll get into our top 5 Christmas movies, and then move into a little bit more of your fantasy football breakdown for your playoffs and DFS style, because we got some Sunday contests that we need to get into as well. All right, Steelers and Colts. It is just bad for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I never thought I'd see the day where it was below average football in Pittsburgh. I don't know what they have to do to right the ship. It is ineptitude in terms of offense. They have talent. They just have terrible quarterbacks, man. Trubisky can't hit ship. He couldn't hit water, he couldn't hit anything. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. And the thing of it is there's easy passes that he's able to make across the middle of the field. It's just terrible. Like, he doesn't step into it. He doesn't plant his feet. And I'm not a quarterback guru or anything, too. But I know if you have if your feet are like ducks on the water, if you're swimming out of panic, you're not going to be able to complete at least 70% of your passes, man. I don't get it. I don't understand why Pittsburgh didn't make a move to go get a formidable quarterback or some quarterback to put them in a position to actually make a run at the playoffs. They were in a spot for the wild card almost the entire campaign, and needed a little bit of help from, I guess, their division rivals or whatnot to lose to maybe solidify their path into the playoffs. But still, man, you had a chance. You could have actually made your move and gone out and get a better quarterback. But it's bad play, man. They can't put up any points with the running backs either. And I don't see the problem across the offensive line. I mean, from Pro Football Focus standpoint, they have somewhat of a pedestrian offensive line. So smash to me, I just think it's ineptitude.
No,
and Tom, by the way,
the offensive line's been decent enough because they've had the running game to back it up this season. They've had 2 running backs that can score at will. They can rip off for long runs. They can finish near the goal line. Najee Harris took a lot of carries from my guy,
right?
This season during fantasy because they could finish at the goal line.
And Warren's fantastic too, man.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, it's just quarterback play, and this is just such a heavy quarterback league. I guess they felt that Trubisky was going to be the guy just in case Pickett did go down. And obviously that did happen, and it just never came to fruition. But they thought that the rookie quarterback was going to get it done, and it just didn't happen. And losing Watt, season-ending injury didn't help either because that defense probably could have done some Baltimore Ravens stuff and carried them into the playoffs.
The splits are real without TJ Watt, right? Without TJ Watt on that defense, it's completely different defense. They don't get the pressure that they get from the edge off of that, and they're not able to to keep the offense within 14 to 21 points to where it allows their offense to actually get maybe have a chance, because that's the problem with Pittsburgh. They just can't fucking score, man. And when you're giving up 30 points to the Colts, you ain't got a chance.
Yeah, that before that defense, would have at least held it about even, so that game would have been way closer. And the offense, maybe special teams could have stole it with a field goal at the end. But with the way the defense is now, it's just like a full total collapse. And like Tom was saying, I think we might be seeing the end of Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh finally. I mean, because he's like the guy that just somehow, kind of like Belichick, he's the
longest tenured coach in the NFL.
He hasn't had a losing season though. Like he's had a 500 win, but sometimes
there's one team that needs him desperately, and it's Wag's team.
Oh, the Giants,
dude. The Giants.
Yep.
I don't
I know nobody said that. There's writing on the wall. I think that might happen.
I can definitely see Mike Tomlin as a coach for the New York Giants. I think that team would respond well. I don't know if Dable's actually got the acumen to be a head coach. I think he's a fantastic offense coordinator. I think it could work for him somewhere else. But you want to say that the Giants don't have talent or whatever. The Giants have talent. The Giants got a pretty decent defense.
You got Tommy DeVito.
You invested into a terrible quarterback. You have a top tier running back that I feel like you've wasted the years and wheels off of him. And your line's kind of been dismantled throughout the way, right? You haven't been able to pick in place and replace the top tier offensive lineman that you needed. You've missed on a few of your offensive linemen that you thought that were going to pan out, when you should have took clear gimmies that were right there in front of you. But again, you elected to go take quarterback at
Jones to 2019 or 2029.
I can't hear you. What say?
Didn't they extend Daniel Jones till 2029?
And they guaranteed him, Tom. They guaranteed him 160, 160.
Why? What did they see?
They got to eat that. Nobody's going to take that.
No.
Nobody's going to take that purse.
Yeah, so they just handcuffed left tackle. They just handcuffed left tackle and middle linebacker positions for the next 6 years. They're never going to be able to get the right.
And you wrecked your franchise for 10 years because you're going to have a fallout from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
anytime you put guaranteed money in the NFL, you're a bozo because the NFL doesn't guarantee anything.
100%. So, and of course, players ain't going to take anything unless it's guaranteed. That's what the agents are going to go for because there's no
because some bozo GM signed up somebody somewhere. I mean, if you look at any other league, it astounds me. These other leagues, baseball, fine. That's just because they got more money than God, and nobody's ever going to stop that stuff. But all the other leagues. It's astounding that the amount that they will pay for the prime players in the NFL and all the way down. I'm not going to say that anybody's overpaid or underpaid in sports because, quite frankly, it's my entertainment. So, hey, yeah, get what you get. And I'll never say that they don't try hard because I think every player in every single league, if they're on a pro level, is trying his butt off every night, whether he sucks or not. And
I don't know. Have you seen that cut? Pittsburgh.
Even a practice team player on an NFL practice team, not on a roster, minimum pay this year started, I believe, at $620,000.
Yeah, Texas.
That's if you're on the active roster, you're making $1 million plus. Well, you might never see a game and you're making over $1 million. You don't have to guarantee contracts when you're giving these guys $1 million to not play. I understand there's guys who are playing. And there's guys who are making $22 million a year and $17 million a year and all this kind of stuff. Well, that's great. If you make $17 million a year and you have to play more than 2 years, you're a financial imbecile. It's that simple. I mean, if you make $34 million and you can't find a way to have enough money for the rest of your life with investments and everything, you're an idiot.
I agree. You're a moron. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where that money's going either. You better invest it or
well, we can all see it because they put it out on freaking public social media all the time.
Hey! And here's the
making it rain.
I mean, you're James Harden. You know where he's going to. I mean, but he has.
So here's the thing too. Like you bring up a really good point because the franchise for the Giants is going to be set back for at least almost a decade with this debacle with Daniel Jones, right? Giving him $160 million. What coach is going to want to take that on? If Dable is out, and Tomlin is out, there's a stage for Tomlin here in New York to come and maybe right the ship and get the locker room ready though. But I mean, hell, you got a fallout potentially, just with finances here with the situation with Daniel Jones, man, because nobody's going to take this dude.
It might be a resume builder job now at this juncture because somebody just needs to have the NFL.
That's absolutely terrible to say that it's a resume job. You're going to sit there and tell me that the New York Giants is a resume position?
It's a resume filler, I guess, for a better job right now, just because, like you mentioned, I think anybody who has any sports knowledge, no matter how minimum, will acknowledge the fact that the Giants are just in a vine financially, and they're going to be unless they.
And they're not getting out of it. They're not getting out of it for a while.
Unless you happen to draft for left tackle and fill the offensive line and draft on defense and hit all your draft picks and find like some diamonds in the rough, that's going to be the only way that this team pulls themselves out of the Daniel Jones swamp.
They won't, because they're going to take a quarterback. They won't fix. They're just going to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, essentially, right? Instead of applying.
I mean, you can draft another quarterback.
Yeah, but that's
let him try to win out the job.
And what? And then what? Maybe fix your issues on the offensive line with free agency.
You can't. You won't be able to because you're still going to.
Right? No shit. That's why you got to take. That's why you got to take your offensive line in the draft.
It's the NFL, though. You guys do. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you it's not that you have to worry about the salary cap. I mean, you are supposed to worry about the salary cap, but quite frankly, if the ownership group wants to, they don't have to pay attention to it. I mean, you could just go over it and pay the
Right, and pay
the salary
fine.
cap fine.
Right.
I mean, the Saints this year, who are awful, they're 84 million over the salary cap, and they're the highest paid team in the league, I think, this year. It doesn't matter though. I mean, if the owner has a ton of, they're billionaires.
Yeah,
they don't
if you got
give a
extra
shit.
money,
And they got TV money coming in right and left. I mean, they got advertising money.
Right.
It doesn't make, because we are all foolish enough to watch this mediocre product. It's a fact. Come on, it's mediocre because of the salary cap.
100%. No, I agree with you.
I remember the early 90s when the Cowboys were just spending money left and right on the best possible players, and that was fun as a Cowboys fan to see. And Jerry Jones would probably still do it if he was allowed to still do it that way.
Guys,
but
we had backup. You want to talk about how it's not, people want to sit here and say that it's not mediocrity or whatever. We had 2 backup quarterbacks, Gardner Minshew, who, I mean, I give Gardner Minshew his roses, whatever. He's a journeyman. He actually tries, like Tom was saying, he puts in his, his gut effort, day in and day out, dude. And I got to respect and admire that. But we had Gardner Minshew and we had Mitch Trubisky and then one Mason Rudolph come in to take 1 at the time 7-6, and also what the Colts were 7-6 as well. 2 7-6 teams to see which one was going to make a push to go to the AFC playoff here. We have 6 teams that were 7-6 going into this thing. And I mean, of course, one emerged right here. The Colts are now 8-6, but again, it's middle of the road football here, like we were talking about. We had 2.
Somebody with a losing record will probably make the playoffs this year.
That's awful.
That
should not happen. That should not fucking happen.
Is it because of the extra game?
Yes. No, I just think it's because they honestly have the parity. They're trying so hard to create parity that they've created complete mediocrity. You have a couple teams that can manage their budgets and manage the youth, like the Eagles did and the Chiefs did. And now you can see that it caught up to the Chiefs because they had to start paying contracts. Well, now the Chiefs are not looking like the Chiefs did. The Eagles still look really good, but next year they're going to be dead because there's like 8 guys coming up for big time contracts. So they're going to have to change everything or they're over their cap. The Cowboys, the one team where, yes, granted, I'm going to admit it. I'm a Cowboy fan. Okay.
The truth comes out.
Well,
the truth
Smash is gone.
You pissed Smash off. You hit the Cowboy fan. You said Cowboy fan and you pissed him off so much, man. We'll bring it back on.
But anyway, here he comes back. You're back. We didn't talk while you were gone, buddy.
You off that bad that you had to leave, huh, Smash?
No, man. I was just stressing like this whole stream this thing to your audience, and it's like, oh, okay. And like an extra window opened up at the same time. I'm like, oh, I was just like trying to get the word out.
That was a portal into the dark world when I said Cowboy fan. And I really can't claim to be too much of any football fan because I only watch it if they're in a good hockey game on. But it's funny though, as you see it, everybody wants to complain about Jerry Jones all the time being the worst GM in the history of the world, blah, 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 blah. And first off, his team's worth more money pretty much than anybody. So he's pretty smart as a GM. Second, he's the one guy who plays around with the salary cap better than just about anybody. I mean, it's amazing. Granted, yes, he hires the dumbest coaches in the history of mankind since he had Jimmy Johnson. And it looks like the Hamburglar is going to do okay here. He's doing pretty good so far. And but it's just interesting. What? Isn't that his nickname?
He does look like Hamburglar. I've never heard anybody call him that.
Sorry.
Never heard call him that.
Oh, by the way, Wags, I got one. I wanted to paraphrase from, so I didn't want to stop you before. You were going on and on about the guy who couldn't pass. I wanted to paraphrase one for you that you don't say he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. It was Marlboro Man in my favorite movie, Harley Davidson Marlboro Man. A paraphrase for you when you want to talk about a bad quarterback, say if he was throwing for shit, he wouldn't get a whiff.
That's Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke.
Don Johnson, baby. He looks at Harley shooting a gun. He goes, Harley, if you were shooting for shit, you wouldn't get a whiff.
With his typical smart-ass draw? Yeah, man.
I absolutely loved that movie. That's one of the best dude movies ever.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm a big Don Johnson fan. Like that freaking Miami Vice. What was the one on CBS that was basically Miami Vice again, but he was older?
Tin Cup. Don Johnson was good in
Oh, I
Tin
love
Cup,
Tin
too.
Cup.
He was fantastic
Yeah.
in Tin Cup.
Yeah.
Don Johnson's been good in a lot of movies. Yeah. Especially
for me, it's Kurt Russell. Like Kurt Russell is the 80s dude. Probably my favorite actor anyways, man.
I
Just
watched
all
Death
the
Proof the
cheesy
other night.
films, dude. Love him in all the John Carpenter stuff. Love Big Trouble in Little China is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, dude. It's all in the reflexes, man. Aren't you gonna kiss her? No, I'm not. Just looks right at her. Looks right at Gracie. Nah, man. What do you mean China is here? What do you mean China is? It's just fantastic. Great writing. Stuff that you can't get. I don't think you could write today.
No,
Definitely
man.
not. Man.
All the originality's gone now.
Definitely couldn't write today, man. A lot of people, and that's the thing, right? Like I think a lot of directors and creators are actually doing remake stuff because they just don't have the originality because all the great stuff's been done so far. Hell, I haven't seen an original movie in so long, dude. I really haven't.
Bullet Train.
I'd say a good original movie.
I think it has to deal with like just the amount of money, kind of like video games. You know, it's the same deal. There's just so much money now involved in these projects that they can't have flops. They just can't. So it's like, okay, this has been a proven winner. Well, we'll just remake that again and make it for a new audience.
Maybe.
I mean, some of our favorite movies were like that too. I mean, Scarface is a remake. You know, the 1980s version of Scarface is a remake of the 1936 version of Scarface.
I had no idea. I thought that was the original. I thought
Hollywood's been doing it a long time.
I thought Pacino's Scarface was the OG.
Nah, man, that's not the OG.
I thought
Pacino hasn't been the OG very much at all, guy. Sorry.
I thought Pacino was the OG.
You can only say "hoo-ah" so many times before people get bored.
Granted,
Hollywood did make
3 Godfathers. 5
I don't mind Pacino, but let's go. Go back to Dog Day Afternoon if you're gonna do Pacino. You know.
I think.
What about Heat?
He was fantastic in Heat. I think my favorite Pacino performance though was probably The Scent of a Woman, though, man. Like,
oh well, yeah,
he was pretty damn good in The Scent of a Woman, man. I can't give him any faults there, dude. He was fantastic. I thought, Tom.
Yeah, it was really good writing.
Yeah, that's fantastic writing.
What about Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, I guarantee he didn't come up with one of those lines. Him and De Niro aren't as smart as people think they are. Guarantee you that much.
No argument there. No argument.
They're just good at doing what they get paid to do. I guess it's just
Any Given Sunday. I liked him in Any Given Sunday. I thought Oliver Stone.
I didn't even mind that. And that was a terrible movie.
You didn't like it? You didn't like Any Given Sunday?
I like Pacino in it, but that was a terrible movie.
I thought. I don't know. I'm probably in the minority with this here, but I thought Any Given Sunday is probably one of my favorite football movies, man. Maybe it's because we just had Lawrence Taylor in it. I don't know.
That too.
There you go.
But I think
North
it also
Dallas
depends
40.
on
I gotta see that. Everybody keeps telling me to watch North Dallas 40.
And that's where I was going to say.
That's Nick Nolte, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great film too. And it's based on the book North Dallas 40 also, which is from a former Dallas Cowboy player who kind of wrote what was really going on at that time period. But see, that's like the OG Any Given Sunday. And that's the thing. It's like, I think it just depends on when you viewed this material, at what age and what time period you were in. Because I was like younger when Any Given Sunday came out. So of course I was like, oh man, this is so cool. Kind of like Game Changers when he came out for ESPN. Do you remember that?
Game Changers. That was so like revolutionary, man. That only lasted a season or two, didn't it?
Yeah, because he got the NFL contract and the NFL told him to take it off because they were talking about concussions and getting shot up for injuries and stuff
using
like that.
steroids and everything, man. Like, yeah, that was showing stuff behind the curtain that you weren't supposed to see or you weren't supposed to know that everybody knows anyways, man. That Game Changers, man. That's probably a good one. All right, since we're talking about it, man, let's before we get into sports back again, let's talk about top Christmas movies. Top 5 Christmas movies, guys. You want to go with it?
Charlie Brown's Christmas, number 1.
Charlie Brown's
Christmas. I did not have that going up here today, but that's a good one. I like it. It's a classic.
Smash, lead us off. You got greens here. Give us your number 5 here.
Oh, Jingle All the Way. Everybody says it's a bad movie then, but I loved Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad in Jingle All the Way. Phil Hartman, one of his last appearances. I mean, that was during the Power Ranger fiasco thing when that was like the huge toy. I was just a kid when that movie came out, so I always helped.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember? I
don't remember Jingle All the Way. I'll have to look it up. I don't remember it though.
You don't remember Schwarzenegger in Turbo Man costume?
I'm sure he's. Oh wait! With Big Boy. With the guy, with the kid from Star Wars. and Jake Lloyd, the Star Wars
Is
kid.
that Jake Lloyd?
Anakin's. Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it is, but
Maybe
it is
it's
a small kid that's very similar to him. Yes.
Maybe it's not. Anyways, I thought it was the dude, the kid that played Anakin Skywalker. I don't know. I'm seeing faces, not names. I'm seeing faces.
No, I'm with you, man. They all look the same at some point. You know, they all just kind of start melding together.
I think number 5 for me is Love Actually.
Love Actually.
Yeah, Love Actually. It's, when we watch, our top 5 or we watch our Christmas movies, man, like Love Actually is usually one of the ones that we have on. It's usually at one of the tops, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It gives you stories from multiple avenues, of life or whatnot, and just how, love's at the bottom of it, and love's like the common denominator of it. I love the story with Liam Neeson and the kid that he has to adopt, right? Like it's his stepson, right? That his mom has already passed, or the kid's mom's already passed, but the kid is going for love, and then so is Liam Neeson. Like Liam Neeson starts to find love like towards the end of it or whatnot, and they both encourage each other to go in. And I just thought it was a really cool relationship that the two of those guys were able to build off of. That wasn't by blood, but was almost just kind of like platonic or whatnot. I thought it was a really cool storyline, man. And again, I'm a Liam Neeson fan, but also a softie at heart, guys. You know that.
No, I get that, man. I can't argue with you there. I mean, he's really good in pretty much everything he does too.
Liam Neeson's fantastic. And two Star Wars references right there. We had a Jake Lloyd in one movie, and then I'm pretty sure it was Jake Lloyd, and then Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn in the other. What you got, Tom?
I saw how you snuck it in there now. Shoot.
Boom! Make the connection. What you got, Tom? What's next?
Actually, I told you my number 1 already. The if I got to go 5, there's 5th would probably be the only one with actual humans in it. All the rest are animated for me, always. And it's only because of last year or the year before. I don't remember when we first saw it in theater the week of Christmas. And I'm going to put it in the top 5 now because it was Silent Night.
What's in that? Is that
the one where Santa Claus saves the day and kills all the bad guys trying to rob the house?
Is that a horror movie?
Oh, it's awesome. It's an action horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sharknado, but
and John Leguizamo is the head crook,
That's
and he
right.
just destroys them all.
Yeah, man, he's so good.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie. And he has all the little one-liners as he's like stabbing somebody in the eye or something like that. It's so awesome. My 5th best Christmas movie right there.
Nice.
I will have to check it out. Smash, what you got? You're up next, man.
Oh, I was gonna go with Bad Santa. I saw that one in the theater too. That's a classic for me, man. I've never laughed so hard at a Christmas movie in my life. And I was just like that perfect age of young adult for all that debauchery. It just hit on so many levels for me.
That's a good one. Not top 5 for me, but that's definitely
that's a good one. Man, I ain't shit right in a week. That's what he says.
Oh man, yeah.
Hey man, you want to have some fun tonight? Hell no, I ain't shit right in a week since I've been with you. Oh man, it's got some really good one-liners, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge Billy Bob Thornton fan, but he was fantastic in that, dude.
But he's really good in that.
And speaking of football movies, I thought he was pretty damn good in Friday Night Lights as well, as the head coach from Odessa Permian or whatnot. Thought he was pretty damn good at that as well.
He's good.
Let's see
Apollo
here.
13.
I don't remember him in Apollo 13.
Oh no, you're right. That's Ed Harris. My bad. Wrong guy.
Yeah, there you go. Wrong old dude.
Armageddon. He's in Armageddon. I was like something with rockets.
He's in Sling Blade. It's his greatest movie ever.
He's in Tombstone as well.
Is he in Tombstone?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah. He's a bigger dude. He didn't lose all the weight at that time.
Oh, he's bigger in that movie.
But he's bigger. He's got hey, where are you going with that shotgun, Bobby? Or whatever
right,
like that.
Oh,
he's the dude that. Yeah, man. You're gonna stand there or bleed a little bit. You know what I mean? He tries to. He's in what is it? He's in the Oriental Hotel, and he tries to throw hands with Doc Holliday, not Doc Holliday, with Wyatt Earp, and Wyatt Earp sits there and slaps him and embarrasses him and shit. What else? Billy Bob Thornton. I'm sorry. Christmas stories.
Number 4 for you. Number 4.
Number 4 for me would probably be Die Hard, if you guys consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. I consider Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Oh, I do
ho,
too.
Ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun. It's still one of the best ones out there, man. It's a Christmas movie, man.
I mean,
Die
it's
Hard.
based on a
You
Christmas
guys know
party.
the story. He goes in there. Bruce Willis, he's supposed to be spending Christmas with his kids. He wants to see his wife or his ex-wife. They're trying to patch things up. He goes to their Christmas party, and they, they start to kick things off, and then they have an argument. And then what do you know? How's Your Pal comes in and wrecks the day, and of course ruins Christmas. So, Bruce Willis has to save Christmas. John McClane does actually, in fact, save Christmas by beating the bad guys and knocking How's Your Pal out of the window there. Christmas movie, number 4.
Number 4. All right,
Tell me,
I'm gonna give my number 4
movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It's fine. It's fine. You
agree.
can have it. That's great. Hey, by the way, after we get done with the Christmas movies, we get to address Greg McAllister, who's wanting to tell us how all about the Sugar Bowl right now. I'm watching that thing, and it'll be fun.
We got you, Greg.
But anyway, number 4, Frosty the Snowman.
Another one you love, dude. Oh no, wait.
I told you they're all going to be animated after number 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Animated.
Is this just the regular animated version, or is this the claymated
The
version?
original Frosty the Snowman, where he melts and all the kids cry, and it's the same little cartoon.
Classic.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And if you Smash, I don't know, and am I assuming correctly that you don't have kids?
You are correct, and I'm assuming I don't have kids.
We don't.
Not that I know of. That's
Not
what I know of. And
Oh,
Wags, I know you do. So Smash, you don't have to be watching them. The fact that you're not sitting on the couch watching every one of them, Wags, you're hurting me.
I've seen them.
No, every year with your kid, no matter how old they are, you got to watch them all.
He doesn't sit down with me anymore, Tom.
He's like a
time to
teenager now.
Hey, it's time to sit down and watch this movie with Dad.
All right.
That's easier said than
Do
done.
me a favor and watch this with me.
What's
favor.
wrong with that? It's awesome. It's
nothing.
fun.
There's nothing. I just
the kid and I do that crap. You could do it still. She's 20.
Your kid is a lot nicer to you than my kid is to me. We'll just say that because sometimes my kid just doesn't even give me the time of day. All right, Matt,
we all
number
love
4,
Reed.
my
Stop
guy.
it. All right.
Number 3, you already went over it. Your 4 is my 3, which is Die Hard. I mean,
Gotcha.
you pretty much hit all the nails, all the one-liners. We all know what TV dinner feels like now, so yeah, exactly. And of course, who doesn't enjoy saying "yippee-ki-yay"?
Yeah, you can say it.
You're allowed to say it.
It's all good.
No, you don't have to. You don't. Yeah, exactly.
It's the only place you can say it anymore.
That's true, but I'm not Samuel L. Jackson because if I say it, like people look at me all funny. But if he says it, he gets paid millions of dollars. I don't got that kind of clout.
Good point.
Going to the classics here, guys. Number 3, It's a Wonderful Life. It's bring it back. It takes me, nostalgia down that road there with my grandma. You want to talk about, having your kid watch Frosty the Snowman every year or whatnot. It's just something to me about watching, It's a Wonderful Life and think, well, that a boy, Clarence, you know what I mean? When he gets to, say all those one-liners and whatnot and walking, Merry Christmas movie hall, you know what I mean? Just Jimmy Stewart, man, classic Jimmy Stewart, just running down the street, wishing that he had a better life and then figuring it out that how wonderful his life actually is, man. I think it's a great story. That doesn't get told enough, man, and doesn't get watched enough. It's one of the classics, man. It's one of my favorites. And I got one more classic as well before we, just to give you a heads up, man.
Okay. He's got classics coming.
I got classics, guys. Go ahead.
Which number are we on?
We're on 2.
3.
I just gave you 3.
We're on number 3.
Yeah.
I got to do number 3.
Yep.
We're already there.
Yep.
The Grinch.
Already.
The Grinch.
The animated. Not
Jim Carrey's. Not Jim Carrey's Grinch. Animated
not
Grinch.
Jim Carrey. The animated Grinch, where they actually have what's his name, Borloff or whatever, the guy who does the backing sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You just
that
unlock
is
so many
third
childhood
best
memories.
Little Sally Who.
Yeah.
Sally Woohoo.
There you go.
Man.
We also want to hear from people in chat too. Everybody, tell us your favorite Christmas movies too. We'd love to hear them as well. Make sure you guys are hitting us up on that Coda text line and also on that YouTube channel as well that we're talking about.
Who are
All
we
right,
on?
Smash, you're up, bud. Number 2.
Oh, because you went with the 2. Oh, my number 2 It's because, like I said, you had to preface it with like when you were born and like what it means to you. But like Home Alone, loved Home Alone as a kid. You always end up catching it on TBS. Then you would see it as an adult, and then you find out that other people liked it too. So then you get to college, and then everybody watches it together, and then you share it with your kids because my friends have kids now, and now they're watching it with their kids. It's timeless, and it just has that good message. It's like if you're a true family, it doesn't matter how far apart you are, you will always come together at the end in one way or another.
That's one of two movies. Three. Because I always
we try not to count the three or the ones afterwards, but yeah.
No. That's one of the three movies of all time that actually, and I know you guys are gonna crack up on this because I don't have a lot of emotion, as most people know, but it's it actually makes me cry.
Oh well, Home Alone.
But I never. And it's weird is the ones that do. It's usually because of an overly happy thing. It's when he's talking to Santa Claus in New York City there, and he's talking to Santa Claus. Or the guy at the toy store who he thought was Santa Claus originally.
Right.
And he gives him this speech about the true spirit of Christmas. Tear up every damn time. So when the two people are sitting on the stairs together during Field of Dreams and they have the same dream at the same time the night before, tear up every time. Yeah, those are the two. And then Brian's song, which anybody that doesn't cry during Brian's song is just a cold-hearted piece of shit who should be off the face of the earth. But no, that's it.
Those aren't your favorite team, Tom.
Pardon?
I'm surprised that the Bears aren't your favorite team because you got a lot of Chicago, background too. I thought, and you mentioned Brian's song there, which I don't know if people don't know, like you were just saying about Brian's song. It's the tale of Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo there. Is that James Caan, right?
Yes, James Caan.
James Caan and Billy D.
Yep, old timer. Yeah,
Billy D. Williams.
James Caan when he was very young. Pretty sure that was him.
I think so, right?
It was a long time ago. It's when it was way before Misery. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was James Caan and James Caan and Billy D. Williams, man.
When Brian Piccolo's dying in the hospital and they're talking to each other, that's just I'm sorry, you got to lose it there.
It's otherwise pretty tough, man. It's pretty tough, dude. It's one hell of
it. Billy D.
It was Billy D. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
1971.
If you guys have not seen that movie, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. If you claim to be football fans or sports fans or whatnot, please watch that movie. If
anybody ever wondered how great Gale Sayers really was, you watch that movie. They have actual clips of a lot of his runs during the movie. Man, that guy, he was incredible.
Wasn't he called?
They went from him. Then they got Walter Payton. And yes, I was never a Chicago Bears fan because, strangely enough, when I was growing up in that area, there was a quarterback that I just fell in love with as far as football went. And I was already I'm a Blackhawks fan. So during football season, you don't have a lot. Jim Plunkett was on the Patriots. So I was actually a Patriots fan back then.
Okay. All right.
That's my guy, man.
Jim Plunkett.
All right.
Number 3 is we're done. Number 2, Smash.
Number two is Smash. Did you already go with
Home
Alone?
Oh, that's right. Home Alone.
Number 2. Number 2 for me is White Christmas. Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. I forget the ladies, the two ladies in there, but again, another trip down nostalgia with me watching Christmas movies with my grandma here. I don't know. You get the classic carols out of this too, right? You get White Christmas out of it as well, and then you get the performance that they usually do. When they're trying to do the big performance of "We'll follow the old man wherever he wants to go," and I don't know what it did, but it kind of made me want to be in the army. Like, gee, I wish I was back in the army, but I never went to the army and stuff like that, right? Of course, I never sang show tunes either. You can tell by my awful voice, but still, nonetheless, it's one of my favorite Christmas shows of all time, man. Again, it's one of the classics, dude. And if you haven't seen White Christmas, watch it during Christmas or you're doing yourself a disservice, that's for sure.
Number two is A Year Without a Santa Claus.
I've never seen this.
Yes, you have. It's the one with the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser songs. And it's the greatest thing ever. They have to save Christmas and they have to manage to find a way to get the Heat Miser to agree to let the Snow Miser make it cold enough so Santa Claus will come out. Oh my Lord, greatest thing ever.
I'm gonna have to put that one on the list. I haven't seen that one yet, Tom. I'll get it done. It's
killing me.
Christmas. It's the season for the reason, or the reason for the season, right? We got to watch the Christmas.
I would be
Carol and
willing to
Christmas
bet
shows
that's
anyway.
playing on TBS, TNT somewhere right now.
Yeah, right. At some point, it has to be.
Cycle through. I can't believe none of us have said the movie. I don't think it's going to come out. It's not on any of our top fives. I don't think it's going to. It's not on my top five. I don't think it's going to.
You already know my number one.
I think you should know.
My number one is Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, well, you've already said it. Yeah. What's all right, Smash? What's number one?
I could have gone in a whole lot of directions, man. You know, I like The Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, he said The Grinch already. You can go with the classics like A Christmas Story. Elf is really good, but no. The best Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's mine too, man. That's mine too, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man,
How can you not love that movie? It's perfectly Christmas.
We have to watch it as soon as Thanksgiving dinner's done. That's the number one movie we put on to set us into the atmosphere of Christmas, right?
Yeah,
to get us ready for it.
Boom,
and then we
official.
say that we're going to watch other movies all throughout the month, but no, we just keep rewatching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We don't give any other movies, time to be on the screen or whatnot. But guys, like, we didn't mention Christmas Story. We didn't mention that. Like, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid. Pop, pop, pop. We didn't mention that.
That's probably because it plays 24 hours a day for like 30 days in a row, and it kind of gets old and worn out.
Because TNT had like the marathon that one year.
Oh no, it's still going. It's doing it again this year. It goes every year.
Oh man, yeah.
And
every year.
That's the only show. I think that's the only one that does it. The only actual Christmas show that gets the 24 hours.
See, I really enjoy Christmas, but Christmas has to be, for me, it's the old thing. And the way people have taken it, and I'm not trying to say people don't have Christmas spirit, really not. I'm not at all. I'm not going to be a Grinch or Scrooge or any of the other stuff, but I'll stick with the animateds because for a fact they're going to be happy. And the Silent Night where it kills everyone, that makes me happier than anything. So just go for it.
I would have to watch that.
Yeah, I have not seen Silent Night. I will have to watch Silent Night, and I'll also have to watch the what's the movie you just said? What was your number 2, Tom, before Charlie Brown?
Year Without a Santa Claus.
Year Without a Santa Claus. I'll have to check that one out as well. All right, so Charlie Brown's Christmas is Tom's number 1, and then Smash and I all had National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Love to hear your alls. Make sure you're all tweeting at us. I'm at Not the Fake Wags. Tom is at AV Guy. What's your Twitter handle?
On what?
On Twitter.
I have no idea.
I think it's AV Guy.
I'm on there, but I don't know what my
audio. Tom is Audio Visual Tom or something like that on Twitter.
Or you can just call me anytime you want.
Yeah, anytime you want to. Smash is at the Smash Simmons. I'm getting it all right today, man. Without any of the
nice.
I'll look it up and let you know later, dude.
Or text, man, or any of the text coming down, man. Anyways, guys, we have a great show lined up. Another hour of fantastic Christmas and sports talk to get to you guys, man. Texas Sports Unfiltered. But before we do that, we got to tell you about our sponsors, which one of the guys is right here. It's Audiovisual Consultations, 512-255-8678. That's avconsultations.com. That's the website there. It is time. It is the perfect time. It's the holiday season. If you want to watch hockey, if you want to watch football, if you want to watch your favorite Christmas songs or your favorite Christmas shows, you got to do it with AV Consultation setup, man. You see the stuff behind me? I got 2 flat screen televisions, 4K style. Downstairs, I got a home theater system as well that Audiovisual Consultation has been able to set up for me. 512-255-8678. It's avconsultations.com. Look at the gallery of projects that they've done over the past 35 years and setting the standard in audiovisual automation in the Austin, Central Texas area since 1988. If you don't have an idea, look at the gallery of projects and you will get an idea. I guarantee it, man. avconsultations.com. All right, my guys.
It is, by the way, the Twitter is at Audiovisual Tom.
I got it right.
That's pretty darn easy. I can't believe I didn't know that, but yeah. I'm just old and a boss.
How about that recall? How about that recall? How about this gun?
How about that recall?
My kid got me this gun. It's an Apex gun. Boom. Got a toy gun for Christmas already, guys.
Very
early.
Christmas came early for me, man.
Are you guys Christmas morning or are you guys Christmas Eve?
We do one gift on Christmas Eve, and it's usually comes after like the party. Like we'll have like a little soiree or whatever at the house or whatnot with a little bit of our, the
Little brandy.
the intimate family, like my sister-in-law and then my father-in-law, they'll come over or whatnot, and we'll do like one gift or an exchange there, and then that's a little bit, but most of the time it's Christmas morning. Like all the gifts get opened up on Christmas morning, and also like Christmas Eve is my wife's birthday, so
Okay.
yeah, we like to at least
She got
keep a
robbed.
little bit. Yeah, there's a lot that goes down on. There's a lot that goes down on these past, or on the 24th and 25th. But we like to keep things, a little bit, I guess, solidified and secured for her for the 24th, man, so that we're actually giving her due, and instead of just all Christmas all the
what
time.
a bad day to have a birthday, man.
No,
She says she loves it. I feel the same way. Like I feel like you would get ripped off completely if that was.
I feel like I'm going to have to deliver presents personally to that house now. My stars, because she got ripped off.
Doesn't she?
Yeah, yes. It's like, come on. It doesn't matter how much
She
you
says
say
she loves. She goes, no, I think it's fantastic. I get a magnitude of gifts, one day, and then a magnitude of gifts on the other day. I was like, yeah, but I mean, you don't get like an actual chance to like bask in the spotlight of your birthday. She's like, I don't want people to know how old I am anymore. So, whatever, man. It is what it is, dude. I think you look great, baby. I don't know if you're watching.
At least she found the positives of it.
Yeah. Apparently the kid is watching, because I saw a text line one from her here at a little while back.
Well, thanks, kid,
she
for
said,
watching.
Nice is a strong word. Wags, you said she was nice enough to sit down. Nice is a strong word.
Well, she's fantastic. She's a loving daughter. I know that. That's for sure. She's great.
We don't do Christmas Eve or Christmas, really. I do like it's the 7 days of Christmas. And so whatever day we started on, we get to New York City. They get every morning they find out what Broadway show and dinner we're going to have.
That's awesome.
They don't know in advance, except for Christmas Day. They know at 8:00 on Christmas night we're going to be in the front row to see Wicked, because that's my show, cool. And we do that every year.
Is that the show that you have to see? Like that's the number one. Like that's a must. Like no matter what.
Missing that would be like missing Charlie Brown's Christmas. It would destroy the entire holiday.
Yeah, it's like
the one year that Broadway was shut down. The 1 year that Broadway was shut down, I was so depressed that I said, we can't go to New York City. We can't go see our shows. We can't see Wicked on Christmas night. And I told my wife and daughter, I said, I don't really care what happens to anybody else. Let's just go to Costa Rica. We're getting out. So we took those 6 days, went to Costa Rica, and told the world to go to hell.
That was a good move too. I have to ask you though.
Go ahead.
What gave you your love of live theater?
My daughter.
Okay. I was just curious.
That's her world. And the first time I saw her, she was, God, that was like 13 years now. Yeah, 13 years ago, maybe I saw her perform the first time. And I said, yeah, this is kind of cool stuff. And then we went and we saw a show, actually here in town at the Bast Concert Hall. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's really kind of cool stuff. It's amazing the amount of effort, knowing what it was going in after because she had done her thing. So knowing how much it takes for them to be able to actually get it right.
Yeah.
And then you go see a Broadway show and you go, okay, now I really don't want to watch too many other places anymore, because that's the creme de la creme. And it is astounding it's kind of like watching, like I go to an NHL game. Last time I was up in Boston, we went to a game there, and this Boston fan sitting next to me is, our team sucks, blah, 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 bitching about their performance and complaining about how much they're not trying. And I looked over and I said, dude, I'm a Stars fan. What? Right. I said, you're in first place. That was last year. And I said, you're in first place by 20 points. Your team is absolutely destroying everybody, and they're winning today.
Right. Shut
the hell up. And that's the way I feel about anybody that wants to talk about, I go and you see those guys performing. It's just like, just going. And they're so good. And the fact that anybody could complain astounds me. Just like, unless it's written terribly horrible, like the one show that I would tell anybody, don't ever in a million years go see, because it's the most disgusting, gross, pathetic musical ever done. And it was just recent too, unfortunately. So don't ever see A Strange Loop if you ever happen to go to a show. That's the worst thing ever done. Pardon?
Did you see Sweeney Todd live?
God, yes. In fact, we'll be going back at Easter this year, because they're the new main characters are coming in.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, that's cool. I'm glad that you got
find
into
it weird
it.
that they keep cycling out all the talent for different shows. Like it for
They
me,
have
it would be
1-year
like,
contracts. Most of them have 1-year contracts.
Mhm.
And so if they want to move on to another show or they don't want to be re-signed or like Wicked changes the main characters every year. So
Is
every
that
year at
better
Christmas,
for-
I get to see 2 more witches who I get to then compare them to all the others.
Is that better for the talent, or are the contracts put like that for the talent, or is it in place so that I guess that the show or whatever continues to thrive or continues to have fresh people? I almost think that you would want to have the same people that
If
are
the kid
hitting
is
the
still
note.
listening, she might be able to respond to us because I could not answer that at all, just so
Okay.
you know. And we could pay attention. Maybe she'll say something. I don't know if she's still
And
on.
if you are listening, why do theaters do that, or why do shows do that? Do they want fresh new voices in there? Because I would want to think that they would want to have the voice that they know or the voice that they could hit the note.
Well, they're gonna get those people from the
chemistry.
auditions, so they're gonna know that they can do the
Right.
role. And you do a 300. I mean, let's just assume that you do a year contract on a Broadway show and you're a singer, one of the leads, which means you're performing a minimum of 368 shows a year.
Yeah, they're like professional
crazy.
wrestlers, man.
That's more than one a day average.
That's crazy.
And your voice, the stress on your vocal cords is intense. So I would have to imagine it has something to do with that, where they say, okay, hey, take 6 months off and go chill for a while or something.
Right.
Some of them just jump from show to show, though. So I think it might just be a change, might be a way they do things. Who knows? But it's
I wonder if it's a stepping stone to help people get to their next spot of their career or whatever. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, if you're the lead in Wicked, you're pretty much
what's next for you?
You're the bomb.
Okay. But that's like, where's your next stepping stone?
Anywhere you want.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people.
That's pretty much anywhere you want. After
they can transition to TV and movies, and then you'll have the vice versa, where people get bored of doing TV and movies, like Matthew Broderick, and then you'll transition to Broadway.
Yeah, I've seen people win Tonys and Oscars and whatnot, and switch in and out.
Matthew Broderick, and also who's the guy who did this stupid wizard movies lately?
Stupid wizard. Gandalf.
Not Lord of who?
Gandalf, the guy that plays Gandalf.
Lord of the Rings.
Daniel something? No, the younger guy.
God, Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm actually seeing.
You're a wizard here.
Now I screwed up. Now I just gave one away. But anyways, he's actually doing a Broadway show right now. He's doing a Broadway show right now.
Oh, okay.
How did you get that?
Oh, here we go.
In the background?
There it is. The contract is just because the turnover rate. They need new faces and current celebrities to attract audience members that aren't involved with Broadway, casting celebrities that can't sing. I see. Okay.
Oh,
there you go, kid. Thanks for the comment.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
She is listening.
About it. You
I
kind
guess
of let a little bit.
We
of the
better
hot
be nice
slip.
to the kid, guys, because she's listening.
We'll definitely be nice to the kid. You know that. But you talked a little bit about the hockey. Let it slip there. We had some hockey news over the week, man. Kucherov, the first skater to 50 points on the season so far in the NHL, man. Here we go with another reference for your Bees here. Are the Boston Bruins still the hottest team as they were last year? I mean, the Rangers are looking pretty damn good as well coming out of the Met. But the Boston's still at the head of the Atlantic there, Tom. I know they're probably one of your picks to represent in the East here. What's another pick that you got out of the East? I guess
that I had preseason. I'm a little depressed right now because preseason I was thinking that the Hurricanes, but not only did Frederik Andersen leave, and nobody knows even if he's going to return, and now just yesterday they just put Ronta on waivers. They have one goal. They don't have any goalies. Yeah. They're done. They're done.
What moves do you think they have to, or are there any goalies out there, net minors out there available to kind of, I guess, supplement for the Hurricanes?
His name, God dang it. The San Jose Sharks have a goalie that they could get. Man, there's so many Russian and Finnish names for goalies. I get screwed by them.
Refusuk.
That's Refusuk.
That's one of them. Refusuk is one of them. That's a tough one.
But
yeah,
yes, there are opportunities for them, but they're done for the year. And I think if I were them, I would just sit back and chill and wait. And
Well, that's
they got no shot this year. It doesn't matter.
that's the one
As
big
far as
thing I've
out of the
learned from you,
East,
Tom.
pardon?
Like talking to Tom throughout the years, I mean, that's like the key that I've learned from you when it comes to judging hockey is, all these teams can have all these playmakers and they can have good defensemen, but if you do not have a good netminder, a strong netminder, you're not going to win games.
Sometimes
you need an unbelievable number
two.
one, and you need a very strong number two. You need a number two that's in the top 30 of all goalies,
so
meaning he's better than other people's number ones.
Yeah.
And Boston has that. So, yes, Boston is definitely the favorite in the East. And if they're not, that's kind of foolish. New York Rangers do look good. Beat Boston overtime last night. And Boston had the greatest intro last night to their game that I've ever seen. You know, they do like the 1,000 games and they stop everything and and we have to sit there and watch these things forever. And I'm like, great, he played 1,000 games. Congratulations. That's 11 years. Woohoo. And last night they celebrated the top 5 most penalty minute receivers in Boston Bruins history.
Nice.
It was awesome. All 5 of the old dudes were there.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Wow.
The guys who were the biggest beasts of all time were celebrating.
Was Ray Bork one of them?
Yes. And he was
there. He should be. Kick his ass, Seabass.
And what's cool is when they came off, they put him in the penalty box.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Dude, that is so cool. I miss him.
One of the number one guy, I think it was Bork, 220, 2,200, 22,000 penalty minutes. 14,000 penalty minutes. It was so funny, man.
Man.
As a Caps fan, I can truly say I fucking hate that guy. Like I don't know. I respect him. That's the thing about hockey, though, man. Like you respect a lot of these dudes, a lot of these skaters, but man, you create, and you know how people create an intimate love and an intimate passion for things. You create an intimate hate for.
Easily, man.
People,
he's one of those guys that you would love to have on your team, but you hate him when he's on somebody else's team. Kind of like Adam Oates.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic reference right there.
Couldn't be on any other team. Most teams can't handle what the Bruins. I mean, even now,
Marchand's
the captain of that team. My nickname for him the last 6 years has been the Gnat because he's just such an annoying little prick. And yet they make him the captain when Bergeron retires. Really. And that's Boston. Boston is the king of we're going to mess with you in any way we can. We don't care because we're going to win. And we're wicked freaking good. Blow me.
I mean, people feel like that. You just mentioned Martian. People feel like that about our guy, Tom Wilson. Like if Tom Wilson's on your team, you absolutely love him, right? But if you're playing up against him, you despise him, you hate him, you think he's a dirty player or whatnot. I think he plays the way I think he plays the game that the game's supposed to be played. He plays hard.
35 hours. Just got a note there. 35 hours of penalty time was the leader.
That's
hours.
Insane.
And that's in 2-minute segments.
And that's Ray Bork?
Yeah. 35 hours.
Penalty time. Oh, man.
It's unbelievable.
Tremendous. But yeah, so I would say the Rangers are probably my biggest surprise so far coming out of the East right now. Boston, we knew Boston was going to be in the top in the top of the run for this thing. Toronto, the Maple Leafs, clearly, Kucherov paying his dividends there. But yeah, the Bruins, they're going to be your buzzsaw there coming up out of the Atlantic. How about Dallas?
Toronto,
Does Dallas have a thing? Does Dallas have a chance to actually take the Western Conference here or the Central out of the West?
They'll take the Central, I believe. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the same showdown as last year, though. It's going to be Vegas, Dallas again.
Right.
And unfortunately, Vegas has had Dallas's number, which is it almost hurts to go to the games now because I mean it's like they lose. No, I mean Vegas has just had Dallas's number bad. It's weird.
And it seems like Vegas has a lot of teams' numbers too, though. Tom,
they do. And the one thing that I find interesting is everybody wants like last. 2 nights ago, you saw Jake Ottinger get tweaked, and you could see it when it happened. For some reason, nobody even on the broadcast was sitting there talking about it. I'm thinking, dude, he just tweaked his knee. What's going on? And he gets up. You could tell he was in pain. Nobody does anything. So he actually puts his hand up about 3 minutes later and just calls himself out of the game and leaves. And so, but he seems to be fine. They haven't done anything. They haven't even called anybody up. They brought in an emergency goalie for the game last night in St. Louis. Some guy who's never played an NHL game.
That's
And
fantastic.
That's what I always love about this.
He played on a club team in St. Louis and got to wear the Dallas jersey and be there on the bench as the emergency backup goalie. So that was kind of cool. But they know that Jake's going to be it. But the one thing the one guy, go down the list of goalies, just about every one of them has seen something over the last, in this 18-month period, a goalie's going to tweak something. It's just they do the splits, they do them. They're the most active player for motion of hips and knees of anybody on the team all the time. And it's usually jerk motions because they don't know where it's coming from. The one guy that hasn't, Swayman hasn't either for Boston, so they're in good shape because they got 2 freaking A. But Aiden Hill. And so I could see him tweaking something here. And I'm not wishing it upon him. I'm not, even though I don't like Vegas. But I could see something happening. And if they lose him, they're done. It doesn't. Yeah. They have nothing after Aiden Hill. Nothing.
He's top goalie in the league right now. I mean,
yeah. And he's having to play basically every night.
Right.
And that's not good. That's usually what leads to the injuries. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah.
Do the Kings have a shot at taking, or maybe even trying to jump up? Do the
I'm sorry, I didn't know if you said Canes or Kings.
No. Do the LA Kings have a chance to actually kind of dethrone Vegas here? I mean, you talk about hockey play and net miners here. Vegas has some pretty decent, not Vegas, but the Kings got some pretty decent net miners so far right now. I mean, Talbot's, he right now, I think he's 2 in goals allowed at 2.2 there. I mean, I don't know how much that hangs up there, but you mentioned if Hill goes down, does the Kings have a chance to kind of maybe jump up?
The only way the Kings have a chance is if they back up the defense at the trade deadline. They need to get at least 2 new they need to get 2 more defenders. Yes, he's good with the goals against and everything else, save percentages at this point, but he's seeing too many shots. And that's you can't keep going. It's kind of the same thing I've been saying about Dallas this year is the one, and they've got backup. Dallas does. It's just they're not calling up anybody offensively or defensively. I think a lot of them are waiting more till the middle of the season. It's still so early. I mean, it's really early.
Right. For sure. One of the early surprises so far has been Detroit for me, man. Do you think Patty Kane and Detroit can actually make this thing go down?
I do. Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Because they're killing me. I bottom of the barrel team as far as I'm concerned. Wow. I've watched them twice this year. I've actually seen them twice in Boston already this year. And when I got to see the kid, we go to games anytime we can. And we saw Detroit. Yeah, they're good. I mean, they got beat by Boston, but
right.
Who doesn't? But
right.
They're a good team.
Yeah, I think they're one of the biggest surprises for me so far. And they were the most intriguing too. I thought when Patrick Kane went to the Rangers, I thought he would help the Rangers a little bit, but it didn't really work the way that they wanted to. But then I was interesting to see how he would do on this line with Detroit here, and it looks like it's been pretty damn good so far. A little bit of a rough, 3 games, or the first 3 games for Kane was a little bit rough there, but it looks like he's starting to get a little bit of fluidity there with the top 6, and we'll see.
Considering the fact that they were in 3rd place when they got him and they're in 4th place now, I'd say let's bench him and get him the hell out of there and stop spending money on old guys that aren't worth it anymore.
I'd like to see
Kane left Chicago for a reason.
Right? No, for sure, 100%. It was done. It was done. The writing was on the wall. I'd still like to see if he can make this thing work, but I'm also thinking of national hockey too. I'd like to see this guy.
I know, but I saw Detroit looking so good before him, and they're actually looking worse since him. He's taken away. I mean, put him on the 3rd line if you're going to do
right.
that.
Right. I said
there's
top
no
6.
reason he has to be on the first. I mean, they do that. Jamie Benn is the captain. He is the captain as far as anybody as a Dallas Stars knows the organization. The captain. That's his moniker, 100%. And he's been there forever. He's not on the first line.
No.
And they had him on the 3rd line part of this year. They move him around to the 2nd line. They'll move a good player who can boost other players, But if you're going to pull down the best players, you don't belong on that line.
Right.
And that's,
I'm with you,
they
man.
keep throwing Kane. I'm actually watching a replay of the Philly game right now on the big screen over here. It's what's on NHL Network. And it just astounds me that they got Kane out there as much as they do.
I think they're trying to validate. I think they're trying to validate. I don't know if they're trying to validate the contract or just keep Patrick Kane happy. But I think what I would like to see Detroit do is try and make the chemistry work with the top six. But I agree with you, man. If he's not good to be in the top six, move him to the third line, dude, for sure. And then allow him to ascend and elevate other players around him. That's what a captain does, right? Like you were talking about. That's what that's what Jamie Benn does. It does what's best for the team in all aspects.
I mean, just think about it. If you I know Kane was a great scorer. Ovechkin was a great scorer. And yes, was a great scorer. Ovechkin is no longer a great scorer. And everybody said he was going to break the record. It's pretty much obvious that everybody's making sure he doesn't, because this year Ovechkin, and that's what they're going to do to Kane in every team that he goes and plays. And I mean, you think about it though, is how many times you've seen Ovechkin or Kane wear a C? How often do they even wear an A for alternate captain? They're not leaders. It's astounding. They're not. And I mean, to wear a C or an A, you have to be a freaking leader, and they're not leaders.
No, I'm with you there, man. He used to wear the C. It hadn't been in a couple seasons here, man. But Ovechkin used to wear the C.
Oh no, that was a mistake. That's why they couldn't do anything. As soon as they took the C off him, they won the cup, and then they said, "Oh yeah, he should have never had the C on."
Hey man, call it what you want. I'm happy.
I actually have nothing against Ovechkin. It's just I really don't want him to outdo the great one.
It's going to happen. I
don't think so.
Unfortunate thing is that it's going to happen on special teams, because that's the only place that that Ovechkin scores when he's on special teams or when they're
held down a lot this year.
I think it's just
of course, like I thought, if you're not scoring against teams like Arizona or some of the easy teams like that, what the hell are you doing out there in the first place, man? If you're just trying to tote Ovi on the damn farewell tour and trying to get Gretzky's goal or Gretzky's record or whatnot, hell, man, you're sacrificing the wins, dude, and you're starting to see him drop down a little bit in the Met here too, because they're trying to get all the goals for Ovechkin here. It's like you said, man, play to win, man, get the wins for the team, not try and break records and shit. That's just my take. That's my selfish take as a Capitals fan. I'd like to see the Capitals win a little bit. I'd love to see Ovechkin break the record and shit too, but I'd also like to see the Capitals back in the playoffs.
Man, I wish your team would have stayed in downtown DC. That's what I would have.
What? No shit. Like, I don't like the fact they were down in Chinatown, but now they got to move. They're
Northern Virginia. Right?
Yeah, they're moving to it's called the I don't know what the hell they're calling it. It's like the shipyard or some stuff like that. It's like the shipyard in Northern Virginia. They're making it a big sportsplex there. I'm sure DC or I'm sure the Commanders are going to move there eventually too, man.
So they had to move out of the projects and go to somewhere where there's money.
Basically,
yeah.
All right, let's get into a little bit of football talk here. We got about 30 minutes left. We still got an NFL Sunday slate that we need to get into here. Get your fantasy football news, notes, and nuggets all ready for you guys.
You guys better go to the Texas Alamo game, or else the guy's going to blow up gas.
All right, go ahead. Let's bring this guy up. Greg, we understand that you think that the Washington Huskies are going to beat the Texas Longhorns here, but Greg, I'm sorry, my guy. Or this is Gary Smallwood. Sorry, Gary. Where's Greg McAllister here? Greg, here you go. We got it. 51 rushing yards. Is that supposed to be total, Greg? I don't know what you're talking about here.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about the year, though, that all the running backs took the day off because they were going to the NFL draft.
So because they're going pro. Yeah.
Washington 35, Horns 28 at the Sugar Bowl.
Really?
That's what Greg thinks.
I mean,
that's what Greg thinks.
Is it Penix that gives you so much positivity in that? Because the rest of that offense, I don't know.
So look, I think the Longhorns have the worst matchup of the three schools here. I would have liked to see them go up against Michigan. I think that they would have gone. I think that their defense does a really good job against the rush. Michigan supposedly is one of the best rushing teams. I think that would have been a great duel. Penix is, no doubt about it, Penix is one of the best quarterbacks in the college football landscape. He's got one of the best wide receiver rooms. Johnson's a very formidable running back as well. They can get busy and carve it up on the ground and pound as well. And it's no shocker. There's a little bit of a vulnerability in the Texas secondary. So I think it is a favorable matchup for Washington. I just think Greg is a little bit over his skis here and really wanting to, have some, that Frank Zappa song where watch out where the Huskies go, don't you drink that yellow snow or eat the yellow snow. Well, I think Greg McAllister's been eating a lot of yellow snow here.
What's your favorite Frank Zappa song?
I think it's got to be that one. That's probably the only one I know.
Mine's Honey, Honey, Hey, Baby, Don't You Want a Man Like Me? Because they talk about hockey.
There you go. I see. I wouldn't even.
That's actually the name of a song, too. That's the full title. Honey, Honey, Hey, Baby, Don't You Want a Man Like Me?
Did Frank Zappa play hockey?
I have no idea, but he talks about the guy taking a girl home, and he says, and he said any sport where the puck had to be about the best as he jabbed his elbow in her. That's
That's a great line. That's a great line.
No.
If you haven't heard Frank Zappa live from New York, the album, you gotta get it.
I'll check it out.
He does Kitties and Beer on that album. You just roll over laughing. Live Kitties and Beer is awesome.
Okay.
Even as the devil pop up out of the stage to do the devil lines. It's so good.
What? Oh, dude. Okay.
I was never really into Frank Zappa.
We'll check this out.
Never really into Frank Zappa.
Well,
I mean, I think is it kind of like niche? Is it kind of or culty type of music?
No, I call it intelligent music, so I get why you don't. I'm kidding.
I think it was just like, it was just really different from at that time period to what the stats.
Yeah, he's just poetic and a lot. I mean, it's funny because he's so stupid poetic, but it's smart at the same time. The poetry is horrible, but it's smart underlying themes. So yeah, I don't think anybody barely got it. And there's some of it you just go, I can't listen to this anymore because he starts droning on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
But live from if you watched a live show of his, you would have realized it's kind of like Grateful Dead. You don't want to hear their album, but you wanted to go to every show they ever had.
That's good comp.
And if you didn't, you didn't experience some certain things that you probably should have experienced if you were ever alive in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
Which, yes, I'm old. I was there. And
I missed out.
I mean, there was some wonderful things that went on in this world that people don't do anymore that we wish they could. And so, and yes, I have talked about them all with the kid, and hopefully she will do those things because you have to experience life.
I
love it.
I agree with that. It's a scary pass to give to your young ones, but it's
not at
also
all. It's not at all. It's not scary at all. I want her to experience everything there is to experience. Screw it. Go have fun.
You get one of these lives.
If it's dangerous, what's the worst that's going to happen? Are you going to break some bones? You're going to go to jail. Guess what? They both only last a day for one, a week for the other, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Someone got a broken bone. Big deal. I mean, who cares?
No, you're right. I mean,
and you heal. Both of them heal. It doesn't matter.
I just want.
Been to jail plenty. Broke more bones than I was at jail.
Been to jail plenty. Been to jail. I've only been to jail twice. Unfortunately.
Oh, not that.
Never.
Are you clean? You haven't been in?
No.
How old are you, Smash? No, you don't want to say.
No, it's okay. I'm 39.
You've never been to jail once. You never even gone to county or like.
Clap for him, Wags. Come on, give the man a hand.
I am. I'm not.
That's awesome.
Clean, bro. I try to keep it clean. Don't get me wrong. I've been pulled over. I had my tickets. But yeah.
I haven't been to jail since I was 39.
No, that's good. That's good. You want to try to keep it clean, man.
Last time I was in jail was the year the kid was 1.
The kid was 1.
Can I ask what for?
That was a fluke, stupid. I did not know that they had taken my license or just suspended my license. So I got pulled over and I had a suspended license. And I told them, guys, don't take me to jail. We'll get it fixed up right here. I mean, it was local too. And they still took me to jail and it took all of about 4 hours to get it all resolved.
Yeah, you had to get totally processed.
That was my second time going. I had driving on a suspended license.
I get a lot of tickets, and sometimes you forget that you got a lot of tickets, so you didn't take care of 1 or 2 of them. I mean, I get a lot of tickets, a lot.
No, anybody's ever ridden with you, and when this guy gets pulled over, dude, like he doesn't even want to. You know how you were going. You know how fast. I don't care. Just give me the ticket. You know what I mean? Just let's go. You're
That's
wasting
so
my
cool.
time. I was speeding for a reason. I'm late. Let's go.
Yeah, like see if I
My
had that type of
favorite,
crowd,
my
I'd do it
favorite
too.
is when the officers are cool enough to let you go. Don't worry, Wag. Some of us are still scared of getting in trouble. Oh, the kid said that. No, she's not. It was funny though, is you get pulled over. The first thing I always tell them when they come and they go, is there some kind of emergency? And I tell them flat, honest, no, I just like driving fast. And usually they let you go for being honest. Seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
They really do. If they don't, that's when I'll start going, guys, just do the ticket. Okay. Let's move it along. I was in a hurry, obviously. Come on.
It also helps that you're funny when you say it too. So I was like, that doesn't hurt either.
Your delivery is pretty on point.
Yeah,
man.
it's like if you
My
deliver it to
favorite
me like
yet
that,
was the guy in San Antonio pulled me over for 95 and a 55 going into San Antonio from the south side. I was trying to get back, and I wasn't. I think you got to go up I-35 and then cut over to I-10 to the tollway, so I can go up the tollway all the way back to Austin, because the tollway comes out basically at my house, so it's kind of cool. And but I'm sitting there going into San Antonio. I see him sitting there, and I thought, this is going to kind of suck because this one's really fast. And I'm just hauling ass past everybody. And I said, I'm not even going to hit my brakes. Screw it. And so I just kept going. And he comes out and he chases me down, which is fine. And I pulled way over and got off the highway and onto the sidewalk so he could walk up to me. And he came up and he said, what's the emergency? And I said, no emergency. I just like to drive fast. And he goes, well, I clocked you at 95 and a 55. And I said, it's a good thing I wasn't on the tollway, because I would have been doing at least 120. And he let me go.
wow, let me go, man. Wow.
He said, dude, I need you to slow it down.
Slow it down. Yeah. Usually that's what just slow it down, man. That's
just be honest with them. They don't mind that much.
Yeah, they rather pull you over and get the honesty than have to go through the bullshit. That's what I like to think. Anyways.
Yeah, that's how
Let's
I got
get
out
some
of the last
football in real quick, guys, before we get out of here. We got kickoff coming up in about 20 minutes here. We got to get you primed and ready for it, man. Bears and Browns here, guys. Cleveland giving 2 to the Bears. I like that. I think Cleveland's good for at least 3 here. Or no, never mind. That is 3. It's not 2. It's 3. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for this, guys.
I have minus 2.5.
All right, you got 2.5 there, Smash?
Yeah, I can tell you what I still have to make my parlay anyways.
You be my eyes here, guys.
Right,
I'm trying to look cool here.
All right, let's take a look at
You're
this.
trying to look cool.
Okay. Yeah. You look good with glasses. I don't, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay. I used to wear glasses. I have to break them out one of these days. All right, so we got Falcons, Panthers. Falcons on the road against the Panthers, -3 favorite. The odds of that happening are actually at plus 100. So, you bet
right on.
100 on the -3. Panthers 1-12, obviously. We talked about how bad they've been offensively earlier on with Tom. Falcons, though, kind of shitting the bed here towards the end, right on the wild card bubble. I want to say that they win this game because they should.
3. Panthers are getting 3 here.
So
here's the thing, Smash. I know exactly what you want. Like, I want to go with the Falcons here too. I think the Falcons should be able to take this on the road. But I was talking to BK about this one too. I want to take the flyer on the Panthers here, man. Just let it maybe keep this one out of your parlay. Maybe just take this as a straddle and let it fly, man. You take 100 on this and just put it on the Panthers and just hopefully something happens. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to beat the Falcons, but I mean this is probably like one of your games that you say, hey, well, hell with it, man. If it hits, man.
Computer has it. I'm doing them as we go here for you guys. Atlanta by 6.
Atlanta by
6. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and put these against.
You can check them. This is I'm going. This is the program, so I'm going to tell you what it's telling me.
Okay. No, I'm cool with that.
The program has never been wrong before.
It's been wrong. Man. It's only right like 75% of the time.
You got good.
Dude, I'll take the percentages. I'll take the percentages easily. And that's how I feel too, because the Panthers have just been so bad. I just always have that fear in the back of my head. It's an NFL team. They have to win at least one more game. They can't be the 1991, Dallas Cowboys. They can't be the 2017 Lions.
If you look at the Panthers rushing, I think that's what it comes down to, though, because if the Falcons decide to run the ball, it's done.
Oh, man, if they would just run the football.
Uh-huh. They've got to have to start sooner or later. Otherwise, the coach is going to get fired. So
I don't know what the hell Arthur Smith's doing. He's got 2. Yeah, I mean, not just because I'm a Bijan Robinson fan, but he's fantastic. But Algiers not that bad either. You got a pretty good 1-2 punch combo there. I don't know why the hell you're not running the ball. Your
If
quarterback
you look
sucks.
at just like in hockey, when you look at the goalies and the defenses, that's the program. The one thing I will tell you, the program is primarily based on defense on all. That's why it doesn't work for baseball because I never know who the pitcher is going to be.
Right.
So you can't work it, but it works for almost every other sport. You got to look at defense first, then you look at offense.
Factor that in. All right, Smash. What else you got?
Got Browns hosting Bears, -2.5 favorite. Are
Yeah,
the Browns
I'm
again?
all Browns here, man. Team Brownies. I do think you're going to have some pretty good quarterback performance here from Justin Fields, give you some fantasy relevancy. But for the game itself, give me the Browns here. Browns are 6-1 at home. Joe Flacco, elite arm talent coming back, baby.
Dude,
Flacco.
I told you. We talked about it during Daily Fantasy last week. I was like,
dude, you were all over it. He blew up. He blew up,
like,
man. 35.
Yeah, who would have thought?
The one player who never goes away.
Joe Flacco, man. It's his mom's spaghetti. He still eats his mom's spaghetti all the time. He lives in his mom's basement.
Him and Tommy DeVito, it tells you got to have the spaghetti.
Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito, baby.
Spaghetti.
Tom, when you go up to New York and you see Tommy DeVito, give him a big hug. Give his agent a big hug for me.
I don't think he's hanging around Manhattan. I think he's hanging out the Bronx somewhere.
He's in Jersey. He's a real New Yorker. He's in Jersey.
He's in Jersey. Okay. Over at the Super 8.
Right. Over in Hoboken with Sinatra.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, all right, Smash. Nice. What else we got?
Bucks at Packers. Both of these teams are still on the bubble for the wild card. Both are 6-7. Packers are the favorite at home, -4. Do you believe in Love? Do you believe?
Yeah, I do. I think Jordan Love and company they're good for 6 here, man. Tom, what's your computer got?
Tom's like saying 6. Tom's saying 3. You giving me the
Packers
3?
win by 3.
Win by 3. So you thinking that the Bucks
I don't think at all, dude. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking.
He's saying Buccaneers are going to cover. He's saying Buccaneers are good for the points.
I believe it though, man. This is just seems like one of those games.
Buccaneers, it's 3.5 is what I'm seeing.
I have
-4. Buccaneers. Take the points in Buccaneers.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers, Smash. Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers.
I don't want to.
Come on, you gotta love Baker. Baker, the touchdown maker.
I don't want to ride with either team because they've just been so up and down this year. But this is the time of the year where this is the game that decides who's going to be the winner, who makes the green, and who goes home empty. So it's like I got to play something, right?
Oh, well, they're both going home empty in the end. It doesn't matter.
What about the Texans and Titans here, Smash? What do you like here?
That's weird. How come the Texans are the underdog favorite on the road at +3? I mean, I get it. Will Levis had a pretty decent game. It looks like the Titans.
No CJ Stroud, man. No CJ Stroud. You got to go with you're going with Davis Mills Mafia here. Davis Mills Mafia. So you're probably going to have a lot of ground and pound from Singletary and Pierce here. Here's the thing. On the other side of the ball, you got the Titans. Run, King, Henry, run. He has fantastic games against the Texans. He chews them up. I got to find a way to get Derrick Henry into my lineup here for my daily fantasy sports. I have Christian McCaffrey already, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to already. Yeah, dude, I don't think that I'm going to be able to have Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey in the same roster here, the same lineup, but I'm going to try and make that happen anyways. To me, man, this is one of the tougher ones on the slate, dude. Tennessee by 3.5. Like you said, Will Levis has been playing decent of late, but I still think the Texans are able to take this down with Mills Mafia and company.
I also have to add into the fact that the Titans are wearing the Houston throwbacks today. It's kind of just rubbing in the face, just a little bit more of us Texas boys.
That's a backhanded slap. That's a kick.
Yeah, it really is.
That is a kick in the
Adams ownership, man.
That's a kick in the dick, man. I would be a little bit more pissed off. That's you know what, you want to talk about locker room stuff or whatever, like that's a kick in the dick, dude, right there.
I would think so, man. I know all the Houston fans are taking it personally. I'm a Cowboys fan, but still, I'm just like the way that team left, the way that the ownership did it, and they kept the colors and the history. It's just like, man, you could have gave that back to the city. So
Jets,
Dolphins.
And then see this, by the way, it's 0.
0.
The computer picks neither team. It's 0. It says it's dead even.
Just a pick 'em. Just a pick 'em there.
Jeez, just a pick 'em.
It's very rare too.
Wow, I don't even want to touch it now that the computer was
I wouldn't touch one of those ever.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't blow up all of a sudden.
If the computer doesn't know, nobody knows. Not
Well,
even
no,
the
it's
boys
saying
in the-
that they're so evenly matched. There's no points either way. So it doesn't pick a winner necessarily. It just gives me the points. There's none.
Wow.
It's 0.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean, I don't feel confident about either team necessarily.
What's funny is if I plug CJ Stroud's name in, they're 7-point favorites, Houston.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
He's
totally
7 points. I didn't know he was that good. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's from mediocre, or not just mediocre, from terrible quarterback play to MVP. I mean, hell, he's in a race for MVP right now in terms of quarterback play, Tom, where he leads the league or one of the league leaders.
Yeah, but an offensive player
passing
usually
yards.
doesn't affect the program that much. That's pretty
Right.
astounding.
You were talking about defense, yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding. Jets Dolphins here. What do you like here, Smash? What do you like, Tom? Right now, I'm seeing the Fish are giving the Jets 8 points right now. That over-under is 37.5. That's wild. You think it's got to be coming from all the Fish here.
Is Tyreek Hill in or out?
Yeah, him and the running back are supposed to be game time decisions.
Yeah, GTD
Yeah, they're not telling anybody anything there. You can't really pick that game until you know those two players.
Yeah.
If you
inactive, Tyreek Hill inactive.
Okay.
Let me take him out. Hold on.
I'm probably staying away from this game. I mean, I have 7.
That was good game time decision going in. Yeah, but they changed it. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Smash.
And even with him not being healthy already, I'm just kind of like, the Dolphins really don't have to win this game. It does kind of feel like a trap game after they won last week, and then the whole saga of Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, will he, won't he, type of things like that. I'm just kind of like, man, is anybody really focused on this game? Like, I think they're just worried about being healthy for the playoffs.
Tua is not the same quarterback without Tyreek Hill either, man. Now, people want to sit there and give Tua his roses, saying that he's playing at an MVP level. No, he's not. He's got 2 of the fastest wide receivers in the league, man. And he's just throwing to his spot to Tyreek Hill. That's all he's doing. He's throwing in the triple coverage, and he's getting lucky. He's literally getting lucky. Go back and break it down. You can look at the game film and see that he's throwing in tight windows. Like, I don't think his arm strength is exceptionally that elite to where he's, just fitting in the tight windows. I think he's getting lucky at finding Tyreek Hill.
I think Tyreek Hill just erases a lot of
Tyreek Hill just makes everybody look really good.
Right, 100%. 100%.
Dolphins by 2 without him.
Dolphins, okay.
So Jets could cover on this. Jeez, okay. Even on
the Jets covered like every week this year.
I don't know if they have. I got to look at that stat.
I think the Jets have covered a lot this year.
I think they'd be close. They are always close in games where I don't think they're going to be close.
I don't feel like I've seen the Jets get blown out. You're right. And it's usually their
emotionally everybody wants to see them lose by a mile because they lost their quarterback, and somehow they're staying in everything.
Yeah, their defense is really good.
There's news that the Jets could activate Rodgers here too, man. We'll keep an eye on that as that goes down. I think
he's activated. He doesn't start.
Yeah, I wouldn't even roll him out there. I don't see the point in there. Your season's already washed up. There's no way in hell that you're getting into the playoffs here.
Why even risk it? He has so much money tied up.
Don't risk the damn thing. Giants
on a 2 years. He on a 2-year or 3-year deal.
What's that? 2 years. I
believe
2-year
deal, right?
2-year deal. Yeah, so they got to keep his money till next year.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want him getting hurt again.
Right. No, I'm with you, man. I wouldn't even rush him back. I wouldn't even let him see the field this year. The Giants and Saints here, Smash. Looking like the New Orleans Saints are giving the Giants 6 points here. Giants on the road. What do you like?
Well, I mean, the Saints are banged up too. Wide receiver, tight end, quarterback play hasn't been all that, even though he's had some decent fantasy numbers at time, Hascar. But you would think in the Dome against the Giants team that has been pretty poor this year that this would go their way, that they should be able to cover. But I don't know who's playing wide receiver. I don't know who's going to be available.
Right.
And the media has done their thing where
they don't really have anybody there for Carr to throw to. It's got to be all pretty much pieced by a little bit of Jimmy Graham, a little bit of Jimmy Graham, and a little bit of Alvin Kamara.
They're still relying on Jimmy Graham after all these years, and they got him back, and he's still playing, which is crazy. But then you think about what you saw this week in the media, the agent Tommy V, but the Giants getting their Baba Ganoush, coming out and getting their win. And I'm just like, oh man, then what about this is the time?
It's good for business, baby. It's good for business.
What about this is the time that it happens right here? Like, yeah, I'm gonna pick the Saints, but nah, the Giants come into town and they mess up everything. Like it just seems like the type
you're gonna bet on the battle of the two most overpriced, awful teams in the world.
Tom, I bet on a lot of things. I bet on a lot of things that I should.
New Orleans by 3 on the computer.
By 3. Okay, see, because I'm leaning Giants, and I think they'll cover at +6.
Wrong team favorite. I think
the
Giants win this game.
On the computer has them by 3.
Okay, I'm going Giants then. I can't believe I just said that.
All right, Falcons, Panthers. We already talked Falcons and Panthers. Let's talk 49ers and Cardinals here.
Wait. Real quick, though. Chiefs, Patriots, the spread is 10. Can the Chiefs win by 10 at New England? New England's been bad.
After 2 straight losses, Mahomes is going to look to – before I look at the computer, I'm going to tell you this. I would say he's going to just destroy them because they have no defense this year whatsoever. But I'll take a look at what
and even if Kansas City gets up by 10 points, how in the hell are the Patriots going to be able to come back and even score? Like the Patriots are inept on offense, man. I think if your best offensive weapon is Ezekiel Elliott, that's nothing against Zeke. Seriously, that's nothing against Zeke, man. But Zeke isn't exactly at the top of his game anymore. You know what I mean? I think you put some pieces around him and give him a decent offensive line. He can still be a formidable running back, but still, man, dude, it's Patriots. It's just grim pickings over there, and I don't know how they score, especially when it's a one-dimensional team.
12
points.
That's huge.
All right, Chiefs, baby, let's go. Okay, that one seems like that might be like
that is ridiculous, dude.
That might be the big play of the day right there.
Says, let it eat. Let the Chiefs eat. They go to town on the Patriots in Foxborough.
I would personally, if I were betting, would never bet any spread that big in the NFL.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
I was already kind of feeling it in my soul, but now the computer.
I told you the computer said last year it was 78. It's like 75%. So it's not perfect.
I know. I'm not.
I wouldn't bet that.
But Travis Kelce didn't go to what's her name's birthday? Taylor Swift's birthday.
Get off
this
of that
week.
stuff. Would you get off of that stuff?
He's focused this week, baby.
Oh, so the distractions are lower this week.
Yeah.
But how many of the guys, the coach, and how many of the players did commercials this week?
I know, right? They're on TV every week. It's crazy.
And they're on TV more than the Mannings now.
Yeah, the Kelce brothers. The Kelce brothers are the NFL's faces of the damn shield or whatnot.
Between Kelce, Mahomes, Coach, what's
Coach
Andy Reid? That actually should be the cheeseburger. The other one's the hamburger. But no, it's astounding. Those guys are on like every commercial break.
Hey, at least they're getting paid. I give him credit.
It's funny because I don't see Dak. Usually you see like the Cowboys quarterback usually get all the limelight or whatnot. I don't see Dak on too much stuff.
He does chunky soup.
I don't see chunky soup that much.
Nah, I mean you shouldn't be eating
soup.
Because it's the soup, huh? It's the soup. Where's the spoon?
You're from the East Coast. You eat that real soup. That real Italian wedding soup.
Hold on. Real quick. We got 6 minutes. We got 6 minutes. I got to get this out. 49ers and Cardinals here. 49ers and Cardinals. 49ers giving 12.
Dude, that spread is -12 on the road for the Niners. I can't touch that. No way. Are they going to cover that, Tom? Some people still going to cover this? No way. By a mile.
They might. My personal, they might win by 30.
Dude,
I'll tell you what it says. Hold on.
I mean, Murray's back. He hasn't played bad. He's made them look at least competent.
Yeah, but they don't have receivers either, though, Smash.
I know they don't have anything else. But
17.
17 points!
I think they're good for it. Smash, I think it's good for it, man.
I still think that's low. I honestly do. I think it might be 30.
Smash, I got a lot of ownership with McCaffrey and company.
It's all good.
I got Purdy. I got Ayuk.
It's a division game. San Francisco. Who's going to stop them?
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm playing 2 slates. I play all the noon games, and then I'll play all the afternoon games going into the Sunday night. So, okay.
And if I'm wrong, I'm 8 out of 9 on the morning. Not to bet my afternoon.
That's how I do it. That's how I do it.
There you go.
Trends happen. All right, Cowboys, Bills here. Right now, Buffalo is favored. I don't know how by 2.5.
At home, they're at home. That's what it is.
And that's a 3-point swing on Vegas spread.
Wow. I still like the Cowboys at +2, though, not even being a homer. I just think they're the better team right now.
I do too. I think it's wrong team favorite. I like the Cowboys.
Cowboys by 2.
Cowboys by 2. All right, let's take them. Well, let's roll with the boys here, guys. Buffalo's Bills are going to be circled by the boys there. All right, and then, of course, in the primetime game, the Ravens and the Jaguars here. Baltimore favored by 3.5. What do you guys like?
Ooh, I think the Ravens can cover that as long as they're healthy. Because you think about how well Flowers, Beckham have been playing with Lamar Jackson. And I'm just like, man, that guy's been playing
too. Like, it's their tight end Little that's coming alive as well, man. Like, you'd think that, they wouldn't be able to supplement the tight end spot there with Andrews going down.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Andrews going down.
This dude Little has been able to step in and been pretty damn good for Lamar Jackson here. I still think the Jaguars give the Ravens a run for their money here, man. What do you like, Tom? What's the computer showing?
Baltimore by 4.
Baltimore by 4?
And what's his name still isn't healthy yet.
He's banged up. Trevor Lawrence is a little bit banged up here, but for some reason I want to take the Jags, but I'm going to go with the computer here on this one. I'm going to go with Ravens, taking the Ravens here with the help from the computer. Hopefully they can get it done here. I think they do on the road. I think they do.
Gotta lock them in now.
And real quick before we get out of here, I got to give you guys my fantasy lineup. All right, I got Brock Purdy today rolling off as my quarterback, with also a little bit of sprinkled in running ground and pound there by Jerome Ford, Christian McCaffrey to complete that connection in the stack of Brock Purdy and McCaffrey there. I got Nuke Hopkins going up against your Texans, and then I got a little bit of Jaden Reed to give me a baller on a budget there. He and Love have been having a pretty good rapport and linking up there. I also think Rashee Rice is going to have a fantastic game going up against the New England Patriots. We just talked about that. I think that the Chiefs will blow the doors off the damn Patriots, as a matter of fact, and Rashee Rice will have about 2 touchdowns here. Janu Smith taking a flyer on my tight ends here. It's just a baller on a budget type of deal on this. 2,800. I think you can get him in your lineup there, and he can get you at least 8 points. That's going to be a ×4 right there. James Conner, get this guy in your lineup there for a 5,700 budget. He's going to be decent going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Look, the Niners defense are stout there, but you got to have somewhat of a formidable running back there at 5,700 for your flex position, and that gets you into the ball game. For my defense, I like the Giants today going up against Derek Carr. We just talked about him. The Saints really don't have too much of an offensive juggernaut play going down into it, so I don't think that the Giants defense is a bad pick here. I think the Giants defense can come out probably with, I'm seeing at least 2.5 sacks on Carr and maybe an interception. Hopefully that turns into a pick 6.
Only change Kansas City's defense, I would say.
I can't fit them in. That's the one thing. I can't afford them.
Gotcha.
It's off of a budget here. It's off of $50,000. So that's the one thing.
If I had the budget, that's where I would have gone this week. On defense.
Kansas City defense. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't think New England's going to have a prayer trying to get a point. So if I could fit them in, I would, man. They're one of the top defenses on the slate to me. Smash, what do you like?
Okay.
Oh man, we're out of time now. It's already 12, so.
Oh, you're just trying to get out of it, man. That's all.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get these things in right here. That's why I was like, oh no, parlay. I was like trying to click it,
guys. Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching Texas Sports Unfiltered, watching the Wagner Wire on Texas Sports Unfiltered. Want to thank Tom for joining in the fun here on the Christmas show and bringing us the segment of No Pucks Given there as well, man. Smash as well. Thank you as always, dude. You're
thank you all,
a big contribution to the show.
Happy holidays,
guys.
Gentlemen.
Groups hug.
There you go.
Hugs.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Tom. When you heading out, man?
Friday the 22nd. Get back for New Year's.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Safe travels, man.
Cannot be in New York City for that New Year's bullshit.
No, I don't.
Dude, I wouldn't want to
Nobody
be.
can, man. Nobody can. You gotta get home and get safe. Everybody else will. I don't know if we're gonna have a holiday show next week or not, but if not, until then, we'll see you guys, man. Make sure you guys have a fun Sunday, and you guys know the drill, man. Live it, love it, and learn out there, man. See you guys later.
Enjoy.
Where's the thank you button?